everybody, and welcome to our 18th
How mad would you be if I had to go take a shiver?
18th episode of our Media Dump podcast. We got Dom and Nick together here.
Nathan!
And we got Nathan here. This is our first guest on the Media Dump podcast.
It is.
So the plan is to have a guest once every 4 episodes. That's my plan. We talked about this.
We're a few behind.
Starting now.
Okay.
So in our Media Dump podcast, basically we just talk about all the media we've consumed over the past 2 weeks. And that's it. You want to get started?
Yeah, I've consumed a lot.
Okay, well this first, so we go by sections. So you've seen the podcast, a couple times you mentioned, right?
Yes.
Right?
You watch. You consume.
Alright, so what do we start with first then? You remember what we start with first?
Board games.
Oh, okay.
Board games.
Yeah.
Alright, hey, Nick, as usual, I got some board games to talk about. We played some board games yesterday, so any new board games?
Talking to me? Sorry.
Yeah.
I heard him sneezing. So, or snoring.
Can you hear him on the microphone?
A little bit. I just wanted to double check. It's
Boo!
No, it's fine.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's fine.
He's still snoring.
No, it's just his breathing. He's old. New board games? No. I do have an
Did you
update
play
though.
any games?
Yeah, I played some games.
You bought Carcassonne.
I bought the wrong one. So I
Nick,
decided-
I'm gonna...
No. I bought the 20-year anniversary. I bought the 20-year anniversary version, and I realized it wasn't the big box set, so I had to send it back. I looked.
Punk
I looked on Amazon. They no longer have the big box set on Amazon, so I have to go to like
He's
A1.
been talking about buying
It's
Carcassonne.
hey, it's frustrating to me
For
because I had
a
it.
month, literally month.
I had it like, I had it built up in my head that I was gonna buy this game and play it last weekend, and it just did not happen.
That's hilarious.
Damn.
Look
Yeah.
at my laugh on the microphone.
It's blowing it out over here.
Yeah.
Is it too loud?
No, I mean not for me.
Okay. So you haven't played? Did you play any games at all?
Oh, just some Magic.
Anything interesting?
Yeah, I was telling him out there. I was playing with Gary after your
Gare
party.
Bear. I call him Gare Bear.
Oh, I called Gary Bear. Close enough. I was playing with him after your party because he came over, and I was kicking his ass.
Come here and play Magic?
No, it's too far. But I was kicking his ass, and out of nowhere, in one turn he just did 19 damage. I just I fucked up, swung with 2 creatures, like, nah, I don't got blockers. He's like, go on, if you play anything, I'm just gonna tap this, now you can't block. I'm gonna deal 19 damage. I was like, you son of a bitch.
Oh, okay.
No, Sunday I was upset, man. We got back here. Jordan, Flynn, and Skyler were playing Magic, and I was like, oh, I want to get on this. Their game lasted a long. It was over. I went and played. Brought my drowsies. We played 1 game. It was kind of bad drop for me. And everybody just wanted to go home. Like, damn, I want to play like 5 more games.
Well, it was fucking 11 p.m.
Yeah, it was hot as shit.
Yeah, it was
AC.
so hot. The AC broke.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, the AC broke.
It was
got to
humid
like
in
80
here.
in here. And there's like 10 guys.
It's like a boys' locker
Darian
room.
and Skylar and Nathan, like all
no.
some big guys.
Yeah.
And it was hot and
Yeah.
musty.
They probably smell like a middle school locker room.
I told
smell
everybody,
wasn't too bad.
I said everybody, I
Straight
said, hey, it's going to smell when we get it.
Straight on.
I don't remember it smelling that bad, but it was hot though.
Well, it's also a river, like, nobody showered after.
I got
Yeah.
sweaty as, yeah.
Yeah, so that's, no.
Yeah, it was hot. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so you only got to play like that little one game
Yeah.
of Magic,
I
and
played-
he lost too.
Uh,
You punk bitch. Fucking
Skylar was doing pretty well with that Kurlock deck. Turns on mana burn. That's interesting. Yeah, he burned the shit out of us, and well, Eldrazi's are big boys, so they're a little bit slow. Knocked Jordan down. 22. He had 22 life left, so I killed him off in 1 turn
Just big swing.
before I died. Yeah,
Yeah, you said to me, you were like, I just wanted to kill. I just wanted to
I
kill.
was like, I
someone.
can kill anybody, and I'm like, it's gonna be Jordan.
Makes sense. Assess the threat.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
Well, no, literally
if
everybody.
you're gonna ever kill anybody, Jordan should be the one to die.
Out of Jordan,
In real life too.
out of Jordan.
I only
Flynn,
need 4 brothers. I don't need 4 brothers. I don't need a 5th one. So I said to my brother-in-law right before I got married, I was like, no, I always wanted a 5th brother.
It's too many now. Too many Christmas gifts, you know, just whack one off in the knee.
Ray's never got me a gift in my fucking.
They got married.
My god brothers have never got me a gift in my fucking life.
Ray got married?
No.
No.
Oh, who got married?
I did.
Oh, you got married. I think you
At
said
the
when they got
wedding.
married.
No, when he got
When
married.
I got married. And I talked to my brother-in-law.
Oh, okay.
See, and people don't know Nick. His name's Nick.
Oh, Nick.
Okay.
It's not
He's my brother-in-law.
I know that. I thought you were talking about someone else. I was like, who?
See, I say my brother-in-law cause at work because I don't know his name. He's just
Yeah.
Yeah, you should
Right,
some
yeah.
guy, yeah.
All right. Did you play any board games besides yesterday?
No.
Past 2 weeks? Nothing.
No.
All right. So, how about any real quick? How about any interesting games of Magic
Like,
The past 2 weeks.
that you remember?
yeah.
I told him to write stuff down. He didn't write. He said he
Yeah,
didn't
2
write.
weeks ago, I go to, I'm from Washington. I'm from here, California.
I was like, you're not from.
But I've been in Washington the last 2 years, and I come down once a year for his birthday. And,
or a wedding.
or a wedding, yeah. One or the other.
Something.
Hopefully
Just
just
birthday, wedding, birthday.
yeah, wedding. But I go to these two shops. One's called Discordia, and another one's called like Blue Sky something. I never say the name right every time.
We'll put it in the comments.
Yeah, underneath the game store is it's a bar called Helm's Deep, and a lot of tables, and they have like big tables for Warhammer, and they have just a lot of small tables for card games. Very fun having a drink with playing some Magic. I love the place. But yeah, I recently built a new Ellis Schnorr deck from the March Machines.
A lot of words right there.
Because they have like a point system because Commander is not officially supported by Magic.
He plays Commander.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. We talked about
It's
this
fun.
a few times before.
It's
It's like we
fun.
just play normal.
I'll play
yeah.
normal. Just
We're
everybody
not
else.
freaks.
That you know. Yeah.
I love the modern standards. Brennan, Coral, they love Commander so much. They love
See,
playing.
when I
that.
buy the Lord of the Rings, then I'll play some Commander.
Yo,
Yeah.
same.
I'll play whatever.
But right now, I like Jordan, my brother. He was like, having 4 cards in your deck is just fucking stupid. Like, why the fuck would I play that? Okay, why would I play that format? That's just fucking dumb as shit. Anybody who plays that format is an idiot. I was like, okay. I was like, it's 4 cards, and Yu-Gi-Oh's like 3 cards. Like, what's the difference? Like,
Bro.
oh no, it's 1 more card.
Honestly,
Going from
yeah.
Magic
Yeah.
to Commander to
Stupid.
yeah, going from like 100 card Magic to Yu-Gi-Oh 40 cards, man, it so small. The deck's
Trying to
so
shuffle
small.
you.
Yeah, 100 card, you're just like,
Just
and now 40 card, you're just like, oh my
it's like you're playing
god, 40 cards.
Oh, sorry, you were talking.
But yeah, I'm playing the Ellis Schnorr deck. She's all right, but it was like a 3v1 the entire time. And I'm like, they would board wipe me, and then I would just get all like a bunch of creatures back, flip the Ellis Schnorr, because she has an ability like sack 3 creatures, so flip her. She becomes a Saga. The first one is you create 5/2/2 Phyrexians, pretty much. Her second ability, because during the upkeep, the Sagas go up. And the second ability is all your creatures get +1/+1 and double strike. So those 5/2/2s become 5/3/3s with double strike. That's 30 damage right there, okay?
That's why Commander's stupid.
No,
Yo.
but you can do this in any format way faster.
Okay, well, I've never.
No joke. You could have said most of that in Spanish, and I'm like, I caught the same amount of information. Like,
I understood, but
Yeah.
But then her third ability is busted because she destroys all permanents
How many
except for
sh-
lands, artifacts, and Phyrexians. So it's all creatures, enchantments, planeswalkers, and except for Phyrexians, which so people kept destroying her before she got to the third one. But I just kept
Good.
bringing her back. I kept bringing her back every time and flipping her, and she was doing amazing. And I lost the first game, but I felt so good about it because she did amazing. If it wasn't for a 3v1, obviously I would have won, yeah. And then the second game I won just from doing that, but better.
Just get good, yeah.
Yeah, and then next week I took the what deck did I play? I took the blue-white Urza deck, and I did not do well with that because literally every time I played an artifact or enchantment, it got destroyed right off the bat.
Well, yeah, you're playing blue.
Yeah,
all right.
but
What did you do, Don?
yeah, what did you
Played a couple games of Magic.
do?
When it's good.
Yeah,
It's written down right here. Play 3-player. I kind of like playing 3-player.
3-player
I
is
do really like playing.
it's the
3-player.
hardest because 2 people could be going at it while the third just kind of just sits there and can clean it up.
We were playing like pretty even. We were trying to not let that happen.
Yeah.
And my heroic what?
We just trying to use my credit card or my ATM card for $225. It's like, bro, I have like maybe.
You don't even have that much money in there.
Maybe 7. He's like, nah, declined.
Wow.
I know, right? Like the fuck? Let me turn my card off.
Like, you want to pause?
No, go ahead though. I'm just gonna turn my card off.
So my like heroic deck, I've mentioned this to Nikolai a few times. It's like I think that's really good with 3 players. Like 1v1, I feel like it doesn't really perform that well. But with 3 players, I feel like I can perform well because you have more things to react to and interact. Because it's really like kind of a more reactive deck. That's how I try to use it. And you have more things, more instances to react to. So I kind of like playing that 3 player.
Okay.
So I don't know. Oh, Flynn text. So Flynn wrote down. Flynn helps me. He writes down some of the things. Okay.
Oh God. What?
So game 1, I play with my elves, and Flynn played with the rainbow deck, and Skyler played with pirates deck. And Skyler got totally shit on. He didn't try like any land at all.
Oh yeah.
But at one point he did do 2 damage to all of my creatures, and it did board wipe me because all my creatures are weak. But then, like 3 turns later, I got back like 10 creatures anyway, and I won that one pretty handily. But also Flynn didn't draw anything with his rainbow deck. Our second game, I played rats. Flynn still played his rainbow, and this is Ral. I don't know what that means. Rail. Don't know what that means. And that one, Skyler won. That one. My rats didn't. My rats didn't do that great. Oh, because he like killed a couple of my rats, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna lose then. I don't have enough.
Yeah.
Like that deck's not the best put together, but I do really like playing with it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then game 3 was heroic. I played heroic. Flynn played life gain, and Skyler played Niv Mizzet.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
That's the name of the creature.
Oh, okay.
Red blue. Yeah.
And he wrote this down wrong, Flynn. I won that game, Flynn. Skyler did not win that game. I won it with my heroic deck. So I won 2 out of 3, so I did pretty good. And
It's not bad.
yeah. Okay, he wrote it down wrong.
I tried building a heroic commander deck, but it's just like the resources.
There's not like enough heroic, right?
I tried to give
There-
you a
there-
rogue commander.
There is. I saw him NX and Cyanide or something.
Yeah.
One of the best, I think, for a heroic commander. The only problem is commander with 40 life each. 20 to 40 is a big difference. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And your heroics can't get that big. You know, the most I've ever the damage I've done is like I had this creature. It's like when you deal like non-combat damage, it increases like he gets +1/+0 for the turn and double strike. I like did like a burn to somebody, played a card to give him +3/+3, like a Fury or whatever, or +3/+2, and I played a card to double its power. Okay, so it's like a 2, 5, like a 10/10 with double strike or something.
All right.
That was like
That's pretty good.
That was the best heroic damage
I
I've
got
ever done.
an Acro Skyguarder up to 12 one
Jeez,
with life gain.
that's pretty good.
I had 12 with life gain, and then I think on that 12, and then I think on that turn I gave it life gain and for strike.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I attacked and it was like holy shit.
Yeah. But like there was this one I was being super annoying with. It's like when you target it, you can tap or untap like tap a target permanent opponent controls. I just kept doing that to tap people's stuff, like not even using the hero cards like efficiently, just being annoying with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
I know that feeling.
Tap other people's things. It's elite skirmisher, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like
I did that too.
Laguna Trailblazer. I think that might do the same. Oh, I think that gets counters. Never mind.
All right, so
Yeah, we just talk about Magic the rest.
yeah, I know in the past 2 weeks. So we're going back to board games. Past 2 weeks, I don't think I've.
Play some werewolves.
Oh yeah, we played World.
Yeah, hold on. I played Stratego against me and Sky. Did I talk about it last time? I did.
No.
Right? Okay, I don't remember.
I think you might
That
have
was a while
said
ago.
something.
May 14th. We didn't film. We filmed before that. Okay. Played Stratego. kicked her ass.
Straight.
Because she kind of forgot. I told her the
Is he
rules.
Michael Jackson?
I like explained the rules to her, and then she forgot them when she was placing her things. Because you know what Stratego is, right?
Yeah,
Kinda, yeah.
So it's like the board. You don't see the other players' boards, and then there's like a flag that the people are trying to get, and then you put numbers 2s and 3s and 4s and 5s and 6s, and there's and every number defeats every lower number or something like that, and then there's bombs and
Yeah.
all that stuff, and it's pretty fun. I like it. And I just wrote her because she forgot the rules, even though I explained them to her.
Mm-hmm.
We played Star Wars Villainous.
Finally.
We played it. Me and Skylar played it once, just us two. But we played it again for Skylar. Played Vader. Skylar played Kylo Ren. Played Grievous. I played Ventress, and Skylar won as Vader. But he's also played the game multiple times,
Oh.
so he knew how to play.
Mhm.
And he kind of destroyed how it felt. And I wish I would have wrote this down. So I played Ventress, and I hate her loadout of the markers where they are. So fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Because like
The position.
on the 3, there's no player card. Okay,
Oh.
which sucks because
Yeah.
it's like
You're just building
You get a lot
power.
of
yeah,
power, no.
and a lot of times like what I do with the 3 is you try and go, at least in the beginning, you can go there a couple times before people start trading you a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Or what I try and do is like I try and protect my 3 space a bunch, like put a bunch of cards there so you can't really stop me from going there because that's your strongest one. But I couldn't do that. So there's no player card on the 3, and I needed money, so I'm like I go to the 3 and I pass my turn. Literally
Yeah.
all I do is grab 3,
Yeah.
and I can't even play any card. And I'm like, and then I go over here, and it was just that's the main thing that annoyed me so much.
Yeah. it's
And with the
just so slow.
first, it was for the first like couple turns, like I just getting fucking shit on. But she is kind of interesting. I'm not gonna talk about everybody else. I'll talk about Ventress a little bit. She's kind of interesting. So she has like 5 different missions that she can do, and you flip over one of them at a time, and you could do those missions. So one of them it was like, it's like have
You
these
can-
certain people on the board. I don't remember the name of the people.
That's fine.
Is this more like the Marvel Villainous or more?
No, it's more like Disney villain.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna ask, it's like, did everybody have one fate deck they pulled from, or?
Yeah, everybody has their own.
That's
not
what.
in
Well, I
one.
meant like one, yeah, because like the Marvel one is just one fate deck, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's mostly that mechanic to just speed the game up.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
yeah, so I think a lot of people like Skylar really likes that because she likes the idea of speeding the game up, or it's like I'm just going to fate and then so it's kind of interesting with tangent kind of. You know, in Marvel Villainous, you pick that. It's like you flip that over, and then depending on what that is, depends on who you're going to fate. So it's kind of different.
Okay.
That's how you're supposed to play it.
Okay.
But like a lot of people don't like that because they say like, because I want to fate this specific person as this specific person up, but then I can kind of see the other argument where it's like, but then that person can get like bullied.
Yeah.
Like I was just gonna fate you over and over and over again. Like we would play Disney Villainous 4-player, and then 4-player comes with a token that you can't fate somebody twice in a row. But we would like Nathan would be like winning, and we're like, oh, we would set it.
Yeah.
The 3 of us at the table would coordinate so he can get fated the maximum amount of time.
Yeah.
And that would drag the game on a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, you can definitely knock someone down.
yeah, so
Winning-
Marvel
winning trouble
Villainous,
losing.
yeah, it's supposed to like it does speed the game up.
Yeah.
But if somebody's, but I guess it speeds the game up, but it kind of has a runaway leader problem a little bit.
Yeah. I get that.
So it's a give and take. You know, they're all kind of different.
Yeah.
And so I did like Ventress's thing that she had to do. She had like play. It was like have 2 heroes on the board and play the specific card, and then you complete that mission.
Oh,
Okay. And then you flip over to the next mission, and then it's like do this
So she
specific
kinda, like,
things. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I haven't played it.
But
so
it's
I don't
one
know.
at a time.
Oh, that's
One mission at a time.
That's rough.
And then at some point you can just activate that. Like it was like on the card. It said I had to take it. I don't remember the characters. Get 2 characters from the deck,
Mhm.
from the fate deck, and play them.
Mhm.
And it says, and on that card you can just You can just do that
Yeah.
at any point. You just do it.
Jesus.
Okay, instead with like Pete, you have to like
You have to
wait.
pull through,
You have to
yeah.
like wait to get the cards you need.
Yeah.
But with her, you can just be like,
Yeah.
just do that. That was kind of cool. Only second time we played it. And then we played Trailer Park Wars. You ever played
I
that?
haven't heard of that.
It's kind of like a party game. You have like a bunch of trailers, and then you play people to your trailers that give you flamingos, and those are points. But somebody can like destroy your trailer, and with the flamingos on it, and so then your flamingos on that trailer go away, and they can also like kill it. Like, oh, I'm gonna kill that person. I send a tornado to that trailer park, and I kill your person in the trailer park. So it's kind of fun. It's kind of a silly game.
How many players is it? It's like 2 to 5.
Up to 6, I think.
2 to 6. Okay.
And then we played 3 games of Werewolves of Miller's Hollow, which is my number 0 game of all time. Denny's is my least favorite of all time. That's my number 0, just because nothing will ever beat it because of the memories I have with it.
Yeah.
We used to sit in my backyard on a trampoline in a circle, 8 of us, and just play Werewolves for like 4 hours straight.
Oh yeah.
Remember? Yeah, look, you remember it. He would.
Yeah,
if you looked at his face, he's washed off to the distance like memories.
It's always like the game I always wanted to play more and more of.
Yeah.
Me too.
I always
I
feel
play
like,
2 or 3 games a year.
I think One Night's pretty good though. Like
We haven't played it in a long time. Every time we look at it, we're like, I think it's because we played it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do need a
that
lot
we're
of people
like,
with it too.
Yeah, we played it a lot with
5.
4 or 5, but it's not as fun. Like,
Yeah.
it's funner with 7 or 8. And if we have 7 or 8, I'd rather play multiple others.
Yeah.
I'd rather play Secret Hitler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, if we have 7 people, I would pick Secret Hitler over like any party game.
I'm not a fan of Secret Hitler, honestly.
I like
Like it's fun, but like
Well,
That's kind of weird because it's like everybody else is like top 10.
I think it's pretty funny.
It's in Skylar's top
that's the
5.
thing,
It's in
it's
my top
funny.
10. It's in Skylar's top 10.
Was that one time when like you confused someone with Hitler because I did this or something?
Dude, so Hitler, like, you're supposed to like put your thumb, like you're supposed to. It was like whoever's, so it's a hit and roll game, and whoever's Hitler's, you like go like this. Supposed to go like this, put your thumb up. So Hitler, whoever was Hitler, just went like this, and Nathan, as a joke, you can do it. I'm not doing it. As a joke, went like that.
You have to have your eyes closed. I was
So
like,
he was just joking, but I opened my eyes and I thought he was Hitler, and I was on his side. And so then I played the whole game thinking he was Hitler, and then whoever, I think it was Logan. He's like,
Yeah.
I like voted against Logan like the whole time. And then Logan's like, Dom, you're a fucking idiot. I'm fucking Hitler, you dumbass. Why are you playing me fucking more? I was like, what? He put his fucking hand up.
oh, that's great though. Honestly, I think it's a fun game. It's just I never have fun playing it. That's the thing. Like it's always fun to watch. It's always fun to like see people get frustrated trying to play that game. But I just never have fun playing it.
We haven't played it in a while. Maybe like more now.
Maybe. Coos pretty fun.
Coos fun.
Coos
Great,
pretty fun.
greatest game ever made.
I was talking to somebody about playing Coos and they were like, "Yeah, I played it twice. It's the dumbest game ever."
You just don't get it.
I don't
Dude,
think you
people
know how to
play, if
play
people
it.
say that, you just don't get it.
Yeah.
It's because, oh, hold on, real quick, remember that time. It's because, like, I talked about this with you before, it's like, technically, what they say is to be the most efficient, is to always claim to have a Duke, whether you have one or not.
Yeah.
Just might as well. And it's like, and if they catch you lying, then it's like, well, then the game's so short, then it doesn't matter. Then it's like,
just go
then
on
just
and
die.
chance.
You know, oh, then I'll just die. It's like, if you don't draw a Duke, just claim to have a Duke, and if they catch you, then just like quit. That's like they say is like
Yeah.
most efficient or whatever, something like that.
Because of everyone's doing it.
But that's not fun. Don't play that. But then just don't play that way.
Yeah.
Just don't do that. It's not that hard. So I see some people online.
I think
talking
it's
about
funny
that.
when everyone like claims to have a Duke.
Yeah.
When everyone.
Yeah, but
it's
it's
like
like-
the first time that happened when we were playing. I thought it was hilarious.
So in Achievement Hunter, they used to play it, and one time they gave everybody all
Everyone
2
had a
Dukes
Duke.
each, and the entire okay,
That's
so,
right.
and the entire deck was all Dukes. They bought like 10 copies just to do that. So everybody goes, I have a Duke, I have a Duke. It's like 6 people, like I have a Duke. Like wait.
There's no way. Somebody's lying. Yeah.
And they thought it was funny. Like everybody thought everybody else was joking.
Oh.
And then somebody like, I have 2 Dukes, and it was like, I have 2 Dukes, I have 2 Dukes, I have 2 Dukes, I have 2 Dukes, and everybody thought everybody else was joking. It was so funny when it happened.
That's funny.
Anyways,
Moving on.
our game of werewolves. I wrote down what happened a little bit.
Gary sucks.
Yeah, he sucked a little bit.
I feel like nobody really listened or paid attention to
That's
anybody
the thing,
else.
It's like
That's the I want to.
the more you play, I feel like the more people will pay attention.
Like
Also, it's like we sit on the table like that, right? We probably shouldn't do that. It's just kind of everybody's tired. Really, what you should do
Stand in
is
a
either
circle.
stand in a circle. That's what you should do. Because the sitting at the table, like everybody, like Kenny was at the far end of the table, and everybody kept forgetting that he was playing.
Yeah.
Or he was alive.
And he would barely like he wasn't like interacting with the other side of the table.
Yeah.
And the other side of the table kept living, and that
Yeah.
table Kenny was kept dying. But I don't think he minded. I think he still. I like said something like he was like, no, I'm still having fun. Like
Oh, of course. Yeah.
he's like, no, and I think he was like, it's fun just watching like them talk and not realize it's like kind of funny not realizing that he's alive.
Yeah. No, it's also easier. To, like,
So it's like,
narrate in a circle.
really, you should stand in a circle.
Yeah.
Like shoulder to shoulder, basically. That's what you should do.
Because then you can't hear people moving.
Yeah. Or it's like you could sit in a circle, but then the circle has to be bigger.
Yeah.
And the problem is you can't hear other people talk. So if you remember, like a couple times we actually we played standing in like a really small circle, like the size of this room. We like stood in a circle.
I remember playing with moms. We just sat in the living room in a circle. That worked like 3 or 4 games.
Yeah. The only thing is I gotta remember to like be moving. Like I would like be talking to somebody, and then they're like, "Well, we know it's that way because you're talking that way." So I was like sitting on the floor, and I like I would like turn around and then talk to somebody behind me. I like kept doing this. So, anyways, let's get through this. So we played 3 games. I love to just narrate. I just want to narrate, and Nick just wants to watch.
Yeah, it's so much more fun.
He likes to watch.
It's so much more fun to watch.
And I like to narrate. That's what I say. Like I don't want to ever play. I just want to watch, narrate everybody else playing. I just want to help everybody else play.
Yeah. Andrew just like to sit on the side, fuck around. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's why I wasn't invited to the wedding.
Oh.
Is that why? Yeah. Or is that what we tell people?
That's what. In game, so we played 3 games. In game 1, everybody lost because at the very end, the hunter killed the last person, the last werewolf. So literally everybody died. So in werewolf, it's kind of like Mafia if you've ever played Mafia.
Or Among Us. If you ever played
Or Among Us. It's Among Us. It's an Among Us ripoff that came out 20 years before Among Us did. And so some people are werewolves, and then some people are villagers, and you're trying to figure out who the werewolves are, and the werewolves are trying to eat everybody. But some of the villagers have special powers, and one of the special powers is the hunter. When you die with your last breath, it says with your last breath, you fire and you kill the werewolf. Okay. So what happened was there was 2 people.
Well, somebody, not the werewolf, but
somebody. Sorry,
just
somebody.
somebody, you know.
Kill anybody somebody who you think is the werewolf.
Usually who killed you, you know.
Yeah.
Or
So
you
what
killed.
happened at the very end was Flynn, right? Wasn't it him? Whoever it was. Flynn, I think, was the hunter, and literally it was like usually a lot of time every game got down to like 3 people left. 1 person's the werewolf, and the other 2 people are villagers.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Villagers.
And at the very end, the werewolf ate the hunter, who was Flynn, and then Flynn shot the werewolf as the last person. So literally every single person in the entire village was dead. So nobody won and nobody lost. Everybody lost. No, I put everybody lost. Hunter killed last werewolf. Actually,
Me and you won.
Flynn won. We won. The second game, the villagers won. I can't really remember what happened in that one.
Gary, I think, almost messed it up in the end.
Yeah. I think someone got the sheriff and he voted it right.
That was the 3rd game.
Was that the 3rd
I
game?
thought, it was
the
like,
third game.
I thought that was similar to the.
No, I think it happened twice.
I want to say it happened twice.
Because he voted.
Is that what happened?
He was the tiebreaker,
Yeah, yeah.
and he ended up messing it up, but they still won. Like the werewolf ate, I think, Skylar that last night, and he got to be the sheriff, so he outvoted Skylar.
Well, whatever.
I think that was the end of it. Yeah.
In game 2, the villagers won. Game 3, the werewolves won. And basically the same thing happened. It comes down to like the sheriff. The sheriff gets 2 votes when you're trying to kill somebody. Yeah, so it went. Everybody lost. Villagers won. Werewolves won. So it was a really even 3 games. And that I just love werewolves. It's just like crazy.
Yeah. What's frustrating was like when like some people just don't like really state what they know.
Yeah.
Like Skylar was like, yeah, I know Coral is a villager, she's safe, but Skyla's a werewolf. And I was like, oh, how do you know that? He's like, oh, I just do. I was like, okay, so like he's obviously the seer. But
It's like, yeah, but we know what roles are in the game.
I mean, he should probably put that information more out, you know, to people.
So somebody
if you're gonna say because the point is you're not supposed to say that you know anything because you don't want the werewolves to kill you.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna say it, you might as well.
If you're gonna commit, you gotta commit.
So yeah, Skylar ended up getting just voted off, or you know, mauled. Yeah, before he was really able to put that information out. And yeah, well, he was right. Coral ended up being safe, and I was and Skylar was the werewolf. And then in the 3rd game, Skyla was the bear tamer. So the bear tamer, if anyone, say I'm the bear tamer,
If somebody adjacent to them.
if during the night cycle when the bear growls, that means one of these two people are the werewolf. If it doesn't growl, that means these two are not the
Oh
werewolf.
yeah,
So
yeah,
they're safe,
the,
right?
The bear tamer controversy.
So yeah, the bear tamer didn't growl, and for some reason everybody still voted to vote for the guy who's right here, you know, which obviously
Yeah,
these two are
and they
safe.
just didn't understand. I was like, how
Yeah.
are you guys confused about this?
And so his brother Jordan was just kind of peeved about that.
Yeah,
'cause-
he's like, game.
yeah, he kind of just like, oh, this
He
is
was like,
dumb.
I don't care. He's like, you guys are fucking idiots. I
Yeah.
literally like am being logical, and you guys are not understanding. Which
Yeah.
happens sometimes. It happens.
Yeah, have fun, but
There's a problem with a social game like that. Sometimes that happens. People are being fucking idiots. And you're like,
yeah,
they're playing Among Us. I remember playing Among Us, and it's like, it was known pretty much that you just do a 1-for-1. If somebody claims somebody else is the killer, you just kill both of them, right?
yeah.
And it's like, it's called a 1-for-1. And so we're playing, or maybe we're not, no, maybe it was, I was watching a Let's Play or whatever. Maybe it was a cheating, I don't know. Probably not. And they're like, no, we just do a 1-for-1. And people didn't know what the 1-for-1 was. And this person, they're like, listen to me, guys. If somebody else accuses somebody, you just kill both of them, okay? Listen, do you understand? Because one of us could be lying. He's like, now we think you're lying, we're just going to kill you. I'm like, yeah, and then kill them. Okay, 1-for-1, you just kill both of them. And they like didn't understand that, and he's like, oh my god, guys, listen to me. It's a 1-for-1. You just kill both of them, that's what you do. Okay,
Yeah.
everybody understands this. But some people just didn't understand, they just didn't
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
We gotta sit down and make our reskin of werewolves.
Yeah, we were going to do that 10 years ago, we never did.
wasn't no time
What's that?
yet.
What's the reason?
We're gonna do what was it, like a middle school?
Yeah, like a school version of it.
Oh,
Where it was
okay.
It's like a cheater or something.
Jocks, nerds,
Oh.
cheaters.
What do? You send them to the principal's office?
Yeah, it'd be
That,
like,
that was the thing, is like if you were caught cheating, like that would, instead of killing people as werewolf, you were caught cheating, so you're sent to the principal's office.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, and there was like different roles that each person had. Like the nerd had
The answer.
like studied extra, so he always knew the answer, so he would never get caught.
Oh.
It was just stuff like that. But we never sat down and like flushed out everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you think about how many like special characters in werewolves. You
Yeah.
need at least like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
got that far.
Bro, the first 2 games I was a normal villager, and I was just like, man, I can't do shit. Last game I was a
Yeah,
hunter.
yeah.
I was like, okay, I can't do shit until I die.
Yeah, so is the problem with it. But to play, so what I used to do, I want to get off of this, but we can't.
Yeah.
So what I used to do is I had no normal villagers. I gave everybody abilities.
Yeah.
And then I did like research, and then I learned more about board games, and then I did kind of some research, and it's like, that's not the best way to play. You're not supposed to do that.
It's probably a little too strong.
Because it was like, it's just too much going on. Also, too much to remember what's happening.
Yeah.
And it's not that, and it's like not, the way you play the game is you're supposed to have, half of all the, you're supposed to have, if there's 12 people, you have 3 werewolves.
Yeah.
Okay, so 8 to 11, you're supposed to have like 2. 12, you're supposed to have 3. Okay?
Yeah.
And then, not including those 3, for the rest, it's supposed to be half normal villagers, half abilities. Because what it's supposed to be is the abilities are supposed to hide in between the normal villagers and not let the people know. But in the past, a lot of times what happened before is everybody would just like say what ability they are because there were so many abilities.
Yeah.
Okay? And then also you could find out if somebody was lying. Like I could just claim to have it and he claims to have it, and then if one of us dies, and then you know which one was lying. But with normal villagers, you're supposed to hide in there more and like.
Yeah. Well, it's also like
That's what you're supposed to do, you know.
When it gets to the voting process, you really screw yourself when you vote out like the wrong people, especially if they have powers.
Yeah, you want if you can't find the werewolf, you want to vote out just the normal people because they don't have power. So that's how you're supposed to play, and that makes a better game. It does make it a little boring if you become a normal villager 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
So as the moderator, I didn't do it this time. I just wasn't paying attention that much. You're supposed what I try to do is I try to sneak, I try to give somebody a power.
Yeah.
Like Gary was the normal villager twice in a row, and then the 3rd game I recognized that and I gave him a power, the defender, on purpose.
Yeah. Okay.
And so that's what I should have done, but it was just a lot to keep track of. And also you guys were at the other end of the table, so I was paying attention to everybody at this end of the table more. So I probably should have recognized that you were.
I mean, but also more experienced players better at being a villager,
Yeah.
Because you're better.
Yeah.
Like me, I didn't die till the very end.
Yeah.
Almost every
And
game.
Cupid
Coral
is
got me killed.
Cupid is basically a normal villager.
Coral?
Yeah.
Cuban is like basically just a normal person.
Yeah. Well, Kenny made Coral and I lovers, and yeah, Coral got herself killed, which killed me.
Yeah, that was vicious.
I
Like,
really,
first game.
my favorite cards, I love the Angel. It hasn't happened yet, but I just think it'd be so
Yeah.
funny if it did.
Oh, yeah.
So the Angel, if they get voted off the first night, then they win, everybody else loses. That's the only way they
Oh,
win.
okay.
Not if they get eaten, they still lose. Normally,
Yeah.
okay?
Oh,
I was thinking of the fool.
No, and then the God damn, I can't remember what it's called.
What? Describe it.
The one that I put in the end that has two different. Nathan,
I love being the werewolf.
turn your phone on.
I hate not being.
The one that what? The one that what?
I gotta cut this out.
The one that what?
Alright, the one that the group is split into two different
Oh, the
sections.
The
The biased
yeah,
persecutor.
Vice persecutor.
subjugator or some shit.
And so I really like the idea of that. So what you're supposed to do is you split the group into two different groups, and whichever group that character is on, if everybody on the other group dies, then that character wins. Everybody else loses.
Yeah.
So it could be really interesting. So really, what I usually do is I just do this half to that half.
Make it simple.
Yeah, but kind of like maybe what you're supposed to do is mix it up in the middle, and then like you have to you were this who are you what did so it's never happened, but what like kind of an interesting thing would be like, everybody on that side of the table is dead except one person, and we know that person's a werewolf, but we can't kill them because the character that wins is on our side, so we have to find our character and let this werewolf live until we find this guy and kill him, and then you're really trying to find that person.
And the werewolf's not trying to kill that person.
Yeah, the werewolf's not. So you're like, who's like a
Yeah,
normal?
yeah.
Who? So then, if you claim to be like whatever, like I'm the seer or whatever, the werewolf's like, I want to fucking kill that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then the werewolf is not trying to be conspicuous. Like you already know who they are. They're trying to kill everybody. Like that person last or something like that. You know?
Yeah. Save yourself. Unless people are just like, all right, can't let the werewolf win.
Yeah, but I mean, then why play the game? That's all.
Yeah.
Then don't play.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Well, that was one of the reasons why we.
that's kind of like who would you rather win kind of thing.
Yeah, if it's at the very end, you know.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay. Real quick, Jesus Christ.
Video games.
Because with three people, the podcast is gonna run longer.
Yeah. I
Um,
figured this
no.
was almost 2 hours.
We played a game of Pirates Cove.
That's fun.
Your favorite?
Yeah. Dude.
It was with Cole playing it for the first time. It was the closest, best game.
Was that her first
Yeah.
time? I thought she
Ever.
played before.
No, that's her first.
It was the
time.
closest, best game It was the best game we've ever had of Pirates Cove. Looking at the score. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to know what the score was?
I'm sure you're gonna tell me.
36,
Yeah. Cool.
35,
Yeah.
34, 33.
Nice. That's almost like that one time we tied Castles of Magic and Ludwig, and then you ruined it for us.
Yep. But that Nick and I won my second game ever.
Uh-huh.
Pirates Cove. What?
So
That was a great.
I had
just
a horrible start. Okay. For one, like running Skyla after she was so early in the game, she got the parrot that makes all you roll sixes. That's busted.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
'cause
strong. And she still won.
The first time we fought, she one-shot me, okay? And then I went and fought Dom, and he one-shot me too. And then I'm just like, man, this is a bad start. But
And you pulled it back, man.
yeah, I was still 3 points from winning.
I try to play super passive game, and I played a great I feel like I played a really great game of trying to avoid people. I only ran into people twice.
I actually
In
ran.
12 turns.
I actually ran into 2 pirates, beat one of them somehow, and then got wrecked by them.
Blackbeard's gonna kill you. Like Blackbeard's so fucking strong. Okay, he's like he rolls with like 6 dice or whatever, and then you have to use 6 damage to him to kill him.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So fucking strong. Okay, I'm like Blackbeard. You're not gonna beat Blackbeard. Okay, he's so strong.
I thought that was Dutchman.
No, Blackbeard.
What's Dutchman?
I don't remember. We didn't draw him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I know Dutchman's like,
Yeah, we.
what is it? I think it's like 3, 4, 5, and 6 hits or something like that.
Is that what the Dutchman is? I don't remember.
I think it is.
Fuck.
It's something stupid like that.
Well, that was I tried to. I was like really like trying to avoid everybody, and I did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
So I was kind of proud of myself.
I ran into the free pirate ship that was first off the bat. I ran
Yeah,
into
the
them.
Cacafuego. That's a free one. You just roll a dice, and whichever number it lands on, you get that many victory points.
Yeah.
So if you rolled a 6, you had a 3, I think. If you'd rolled a 6, you would have won the game.
That would have been funny.
There you go. I don't know. I think I think if you'd have rolled a 6, it would have probably came after you a bit more.
I do love me some Pirates Cove.
Yeah.
It's
I like it.
still it's been in my top 10 for a long time. But sometimes like I don't play it for a while and I forget how much I love it. And I knew
make a mobile game.
it would be a great mobile game.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I played it with you, and I knew you were coming down. So in the past like 4 or 5 months, when they were like, "Do you want to play Pirates Cove?" I was like, "No, I'm gonna play it when Nathan comes out. Don't worry." It was great. I played a game of Pandemic with the second expansion, which Flynn bought me over 2 years ago, and I just played for the first time. And that was kind of cool. It had the variant. It's got 3 different variants. It's got a solo game mode, a team game mode, and in the game mode we played as, where it's like viral samples. Okay, so what do you do instead of just playing 5 cards from your hand to cure it at a research station? You have to go to a research station and then spend actions to move cubes off to the side in the sideboard, move cubes down this
Like
petri dishes, and then you like multiply them and then move them along, and then you have to place them on the card. So when we first started, I think everybody was like, "Oh, this is like a harder way to win, or like a harder thing to do." But I was like, not necessarily, and I think I was right. And I was like, not necessarily, because a lot of times when we lose, it's like, oh, you have to have 5 cards in your hand. We have to spend like
A lot of resources.
a dozen actions just so I can go 4 spaces and give you a card, just so like, and then you have to spend like 4 actions just to walk to a research station. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we did play. So I don't think it's harder. I think it's different.
And the curing
and it's
became a lot easier.
Yeah, and it's at the end the curing was like, oh, the curing's way easier. You know, maybe in the beginning it seemed like the curing was harder, but then near the end it was like, oh, the curing's way easier. It's because multiple people can affect it. Okay?
Oh, the first game you forgot to put in the epidemic cards. So.
Yeah, first game we forgot to put the epidemic card, so
That's
we were
pretty
just
easy. It's
drawing
pretty easy.
over and over.
And no epidemic is just like, this is easy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shut up.
And I'm like, are those them right there?
No, idiot. Are you sure, dog? Yeah, so it's just like different, and I do like it. I definitely want to play with it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the problem is like when you cure from a place, you can put those instead of back to the supply into the petri dish. But the problem with that is if you put too much in the petri dish and you run out of supply, you lose no matter what.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful with that.
That makes sense.
And then we played this game called Coraline, Beware the Other Mother.
That's how we ended up losing.
Yeah, we lost at the very, very end. The last turn
Very
we lost
end.
because we ran out of yellow supply.
Literally, with one more turn, we would have won. But we ran out of supply of yellow.
And we played this game called Coraline, Beware the Other Mother. It's like you're in. It's Coraline, the movie.
Yeah.
I was going to say TV show.
Yeah.
TV show.
And you're like in the house, and then the other characters are moving along the house, and you're trying to. There's objects in like every room, and you're trying to move to different rooms and reveal different objects and capture different objects, and then that's how you win. But unfortunately, like you draw a bad card like every turn, and then it moves Coraline or it moves the other mother, and it messes things up.
Yeah, like there's a villain deck that draws at the end of everybody's turn, and yeah, she just kept. We'd make a plan, and then that card would just screw it up. We'd be like,
That's
all
what-
right,
yeah.
we need to go to the attic. We'd get there. We're like, and then next turn we can grab the item, okay? And then the card would be like, nope, move to the basement.
That's what I was trying to say to people. I was like, God, and near the end I was like, guys, we can't. Near the end we figured it out, but I was thinking that like it was like we can't we're making these plans and then the plans aren't working. Like we have to stop trying to make these plans.
Yeah. So Don went down because he went to bed because he had a headache, so he took a nap or whatever. So Coral, Skyla, and I. Yeah. So Coral, Skyla, and I, we just played a 3-player game, and yeah, we played more retroactively to that villain deck, and that game went a whole lot better. We were literally just one turn away from winning. That was a hard one too.
Did you lose?
Yeah, we
Oh,
lost.
I thought you lost.
We were
I thought
literally
you won. I mean.
one more turn from getting it, from finishing it, because it just made us drop all our items that we had, like the snow globe. And, yeah.
It was kind of nice though. I felt like.
Yeah, it's unique. We definitely use the action where you exchange a card. You're like, all right, we don't need this now, so we'll put it at the bottom to draw another one.
Yeah.
We use that.
Yeah.
a
So
lot.
so we were like, so like you take. I thought you like just discarded a card, drew a new one. What you do is put it on the bottom of the draw deck because you can't. You only get to draw like 40 cards, and then you can't draw any more cards.
Yeah.
So you only have a few limited number of actions. And then we played. Let's go with Catan. We played a game of Catan. Coral's first time. We just played normal base Catan. And Coral kind of wrecked us.
Yeah.
2-1. And me and Nathan both got 7. We didn't do that great. And Skylit had
I had 8.
6.
I had
No, well I wrote it down at 7.
Oh. Well, because I had 5
No, I refused to come out.
settlements, and then I upgraded one to a city, and I had the knight card. I had the knight.
Fuck you.
Direct.
I got shit on you. And
I'm telling you, we got to do that expansion idea.
so what?
Multiple.
You can play
We'll bring
in
it
Cities and Nights. It says you can play with.
No, we'll talk about it later.
Okay, next. So what we do today, okay, is there's 5 of us. So we go out, Nathan, we buy, or I buy, Seafarers 5 to 6, and Cities and Nights 5 to 6, and then Skylar comes home at 6 p.m. and then we play for 6 hours.
Okay.
He says okay, he won't do it.
No, it won't. Absolutely won't. Absolutely. I got a spare bus pass. I'll ride the bus back.
And Coral beat the shit out of us on it. She got 10. Skylar, I put down 9 because she had
A lot of those.
she had 4 victory point cards
Oh.
face down, and I think there's 5 in the game, so she had 4 of them, and she was like, if I draw the 5th one, then I win because she only had 5 points on the board, and then she just didn't draw the 5th one. I was like,
Good luck.
yeah.
And I drew a bunch from that deck too, and I had like 3 knights. I had like the one where you can declare 1 resource and take everybody to that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that was gonna get me the win, but didn't make it back my turn.
Yeah. Probably the shit of it. She had she pulled a JoJo where, she pulled a Jordan where he had his first game. He had 3 settlements on a 5, and then we rolled that 5 over and over and over. There was a point where we rolled 5 4 turns in a row,
I thought it was
and then
10.
he did
Jordan,
Jordan,
yeah.
and he did so many things. And Coral basically did the same thing. She had like 4 settlements on a 10, and we rolled 10 10 10, and then she made a city and then 10 10, and then she made. At one point, we rolled 3 10s in a row.
She had 5 points on 10.
5 points.
And Skylar I think had 1. So
Yeah, at one point we rolled 3 10s in a row.
Yeah.
And then on her turn, she didn't roll a 7, and it was like,
Yeah.
she's gonna get. And then she like built 2 cities like in one turn.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah. You
sometimes
can
that
get
happens. The odds are that doesn't happen, but sometimes it happens.
No.
Yeah.
And then we played Terraforming Mars.
How was that? You've played it before, right?
No.
Ask him how.
Oh.
That was rough.
The first game was rough too.
Nick,
What?
stop
You're
leaning
bumping the
backwards.
I was trying to like go back, so like, you know.
No. I'll just scoot forward.
Honestly, it sounded very confusing at first.
Yeah.
Just because just reading all the different cards, it's like, and then looking at what you got. I understand it now. Okay, so the first time, it just felt like complicated, a lot going on. You know, not only what could I, you know, I was paying attention to all my stuff, and I just had a lot of cards and stuff going on. I just had to make sure I wasn't missing anything, like any triggers or anything. So, but it was impossible. And then Dom's just going off, and I'm just like,
I said everything I did. I just
yeah,
said
but
it
I'm not
fast.
gonna understand what the hell he said. You know.
No.
I
The
don't-
game already took like 3 hours, so I was like, come on.
Yeah.
I was like, let's just.
Every
go.
card, every time you
It's
drew
like 1 in the
cards,
morning.
I'm like, what the fuck does this do? Like,
Yeah.
and then yeah, playing with that Venus expansion, I'm like floaters. I'm like, what the hell is a floater?
It's just like animals.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, but like you know,
What first couple times me and Scott were like, what is animals? This is fucking stupid.
yeah, it's just a counter on the card. That's
And also
correct.
he got shit on because his
yeah, I like use my
he barely got to use his
corporation ability
corporation.
4 times. Okay.
So his corporation, what it was if there is an event card, you can use that event twice in 1 turn.
no blue action.
Blue action, I can't
Yeah.
remember. Yeah, blue action.
Yeah.
And, you could use normally you can use a blue action once a generation, and he could use it twice. So, but unfortunately for him, for 10 turns he didn't draw a single blue card that did anything for him.
Yeah.
I've been bone like that before.
But if that had been me, like I would have done hella stuff, or Sky that had that,
Yeah.
she would have ran away with it. I did end up winning, but not. But I got
Just close,
not
right?
by a lot.
Yeah.
And I got to draw hella cards
Yeah.
because of my corporation. So it was for every Earth tag, I draw a card. So, including that one. So I played that one, and then my Prelude card was an Earth one. So I started the game drawing 2 cards, and then I immediately played 2 cards with the Earth tag, and I drew 2 more cards. and I
Yeah.
probably drew like 50 cards. Not 50 cards, 20 cards.
Then I had no money production till like the very end. That's when I drew it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like literally play one, maybe 2 cards each generation. Like I did not have anything going on.
Well, that's one of the good sides of that use. Like, there's just so many different resources. If you get stuck, like bogged down by one, you really do get bummed.
Yeah.
I had a game where I sacked a card. I think it was like every animal I had out for the trick or something. I was like, I tried this once. I'm not gonna get it again. And it was like every time I drew 2, 1, 2.
Damn.
Both.
Yeah. It happened. But so the final scores was I got 82. That had 76. So only beat over 6 points. Nathan got 69 for his first game.
Nah.
Pretty good. Cole got 60. She was doing really good near the end. I think maybe she didn't get card draws or something.
Yeah.
But for the whole first half of the game, she was like neck and neck with me. I kind of pulled ahead, and she was neck and neck with me, or even ahead of me a little bit. And then near the very end, I think her combos just ran out near the end or something, or maybe she just didn't draw the right card.
Yeah.
But she was doing really good for like the first 3/4 of it, and then the end,
Yeah. Kind of wonky.
she kind of fell down a little bit. And then you were doing really bad for the first like quarter, and then near the end you pulled it back. And I mean you got 69.
I had like a microbe thing that was like, I had an animal thing. That's whenever someone plays a city, I get an animal on it. Okay, every 2
Yeah.
animals I have on it, I get a
I have
point.
a couple.
So with like 9 cities,
You got like a few cities.
and I had another one that put animals on it,
I stopped the door.
and then I had a microbe one on it. That's like whenever I play the microbe animal or like plant card, greenery card, I get a microbe on it, and so those are kind of like what gave me a lot of points.
Yeah.
Along with like just putting, I was trying to do like put the heat up a bunch because I had
Yeah.
like the heat was like my biggest resource I was making,
Yeah.
and then I had so much steel production with nothing to do it for.
Yeah, you just didn't draw any cards.
So when I did draw 1 card for it, I'm like, oh, that's a free card pretty much. You have
Yeah.
today 3 gold.
And then I'm like,
keep it.
oh, you don't get any change for. I was like, you're being inefficient because you're like they only cost 9. And he was, I don't care, Dom. I haven't gotten to play a
Let me
single
play
card the whole
something.
game.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care. I'm losing
Yeah.
1 money. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
No, I know that pain. There was a handful of times I've played that happened to me. Where it's like, I don't care if, I'm gonna overpay just so I can do something that's right.
And for the
Yeah.
first time, I got to get the milestone of having 16 cards in my hand.
Yeah.
Never
Nice.
done before. Skylar did it for the first time last time we played. I did it for the first time.
Does
Second
she
time
do
this
that
time.
thing where she buys out all the awards or whatever?
She tried, yeah.
That's that. No joke. That's like her go-to. It's like halfway
No, she
through the
wins,
game,
yeah.
she's like,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna get 6 of these.
That's pretty good. 5 is strong.
That's what I got. As soon as I did the 16, so she was like, "What? No!" Because last time we played, she got all 3 milestones and 2 of the awards, and she beat the shit out of us.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also something that no one's really paying attention to.
But it's also free points.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, technically free points.
Yeah. So for the milestones, it costs 8 for the first one, 14 for the next one, 20 for the next one. So she goes, "Okay, I'm spending 34 to do those 2 milestones." Like, oh.
Would you say turn 1 I built a city? You're like, I've never seen someone build a city turn 1.
Build a city turn 1. I was like,
Yeah.
turn 1, and it's not like he played a card build a city. He spent 25 to do the standard project to build the city.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's never happened before.
Yeah.
Build a city just first turn, build a city. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
it's because I had an animal card that's like whenever someone builds a city, I get an animal.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, let's play that and then build a city.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it wasn't bad. I was
Yeah,
just like,
it's
I
not
just
bad.
never seen it. I was just like, nobody's ever done that
Well,
before.
it's also like, you think about all the cards in the deck, you gotta line that up perfectly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
why else would you build a city?
I'm like,
Oh.
I was like, I mean, I feel like people are gonna build cities, so I'm just,
Yeah.
I'll profit off of it.
I was just saying it never happened. I've never
Well, yeah,
seen
yeah.
that. Like a standard project. I've seen cities. I think they build in the first turn, but it's because of the card. Like you just did a standard project, build a city. I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Didn't say it was
Yeah.
bad. I just said it was.
And I had like -3 money production, like for like
interesting.
first 10
Negative
turns.
thing. So much.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're good. Board games, an hour board games.
Yeah, our war games. We'll just blaze through the rest of this.
Yep.
So
Tears
that was
of
all
Or,
the games?
we're on video games.
That was all the video games we played?
I'll say Tears of the Kingdom is that's what I've been playing all week.
The one we want to do, let's do you last because you probably got some stuff to say. But so what we try and do is whoever has the most to say needs them last.
Oh, okay.
Because then it's like I'll say a whole bunch. Oh, I'll say like I just did this. You know? So I can probably go first.
You didn't play anything?
No, I played through Star Wars Battlefront 2 campaign.
Yeah, how was it?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was
Out of
fun.
10.
7.
7?
7.5. I really liked it. It was fun.
7.5?
Like I really enjoyed it. Like
Would you recommend somebody buy it at full price?
no, for a 6-hour campaign, no, probably not.
I was such a big fan of the original Battlefronts that I hated that first Battlefront and I never cared to play the second one.
I just played the story. I mean, I bought it for $10. Played the story.
I don't know if the first one
played
had
the
a story.
I played it.
No.
It didn't. I bought it for $10. I played a 6-hour story.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, it was like $10, 6-hour story. That's good, dude.
Yeah.
I had fun, and I would play it again. It was really good.
Where
I
do
think
you
that's
put
it.
your dollar per hour for video games? A lot of people give games shit for like, oh, it's $60.
So probably you
I
kind of
wanna
have to get
play
past to get off that if you play board games, because you'll spend
Yeah.
$60 for a board game, and like I don't regret buying Captain Sonar. We just haven't had the chance to play it more.
Yeah.
It just hasn't worked out. And that was like $60, and we only played it for like an hour.
Yeah.
And so I haven't got my money's worth, but I still had fun. doing it.
Yeah.
No, I get
And
it.
if it's a 5-6 hour campaign, I'll buy it for $10. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's $10.
Star Wars, you know, Star Wars.
It was it was Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's them Star Wars.
All right, Nick, what'd you play?
The new Harry Potter game, the Hogwarts Legacy, came out. I think the day before the last one, and I've put probably 20 hours into that, and I think I've completed 3 quests
I thought Hogwarts came out like a while ago.
for PS5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a staggered release.
Gotcha.
It came out on the 5th for last gen, and it's coming out June, I think, 24th for Switch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's not gonna do well on the Switch.
Probably not.
Is it fun?
It's amazing,
Did
honestly.
you kill anybody yet?
And
then reset your save, right?
No. No, I won't let you kill anybody that's like important, but it'll definitely let you murder people like outside of the castle. Like somebody bumps into you, it's like dead. Yeah.
Did you see like the get expelled speedruns? People try and speedrun to get expelled as fast as they can.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah,
Is that just a game over? Or?
No,
I
I
don't
don't
know what
think
happened.
you physically can get expelled. That's the thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was just like I don't know. I saw a clip and it said it spelled speedrun. I was like, that's hilarious.
That's pretty funny.
How fast can I die? Just that
Yeah.
was funny.
Yeah.
How would you rate that out of 10 so far?
Honestly, it's like so far, considering I'm 20 hours in, and I think I hit level 25 before I finished the first like tutorial quests. There's so much to do in the
Like
castle.
Skyrim.
Yeah.
No joke. Like I've ran around the. I still get lost, but every like 4 feet there's something to collect. So I'm like, I'm just gonna
That's how it feels at work.
run around and do this.
That's how it felt at work for the first week.
Yeah.
I've been here a week. I still get lost.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like actually, like having the castle, like the fully fleshed
Oh,
out castle.
you can go damn near everywhere in the castle.
That's cool.
There's a few doors that are locked that you have to like unlock later in the game, and then there's 1 or 2 that are like fake doors.
Can you drink butterbeer?
Yeah. You can walk up to any cup that's just sitting out and just like, I'm gonna snatch this now.
How are the side quests in that? Like,
Oh my god.
is there a lot?
There's a shit ton.
Okay.
But they're super easy where it's like, hey, somebody who's like a 5th year stole this from me because they're being an asshole. Can you go get it back? And it's like, yeah, sure. So you just like walk over to a place and then like pull it off a shelf.
Okay.
But it's a matter of like navigating through the castle to get to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there so it being like based on the Hogwarts? Is there any like I've never played it. So is there like does it actually feel like it's like a teaching game? Like do you hold classes and like is there actually a story with that or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which is honestly, it's kind of weird. They start you off as a 5th year student, so
Okay.
in the scheme of things, you only have like 1 more year before they're like, we don't care what you do.
Yeah.
So the classes, like you show up to 1-ish a day, and it's like learn a new spell,
Okay.
and then they give you like a prerequisite. It's like you're gonna learn this spell that's used for combat. Go out and fight something. I was like, go fight spiders in the woods, or
Oh.
yeah, no joke. They're just
Isn't
like,
is
go
it
cast the
Forbidden
spell.
Woods?
Yeah, it's still
It's a video game.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's like it's the Forbidden Woods, but like that's this section of the woods. You go across the river. There's a whole other forest over here. It's like that's not forbidden.
Oh.
There's some spiders out there you can go kill. But one of the
You kill
settings.
Shelob or
No. You kill the other one. What's the other one?
I don't remember.
I can't remember either. No. There's a setting if you're arachnophobic because spiders are a big thing in the Harry Potter like
Oh, yeah.
the
Yeah.
franchise.
Yeah.
You can just turn spiders off, and they'll have you fight something else on like an equivalent level.
That's hilarious.
Aragog.
Yeah, there we go.
Aragog, yeah.
I think he's in the game. I haven't gotten
He's
that far,
got
but
it.
I'm pretty sure he's in the game.
We're just watching that scene from the second movie with all those spiders everywhere. It's just, yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
No joke. There's a handful of scenes where you're like walking through like a cave and they just come out of the wall. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm lighting this place on fire.
All right, Nathan. How's Tears of the Kingdom?
Oh, that's amazing.
How many hours you got in it?
Probably like 20 to 30.
Okay.
Just because I work a lot and
Who doesn't?
I hang out with Coral in my free time. So when I, when I
What are you,
do like my night
Hanging out
shift.
with your significant other. What the fuck?
Oh, loser.
So
You gotta get a job where you never see her. That's what I
There you go.
so Breath of
do. I
the
miss her so much.
Breath of the Wild, I never like explored. Like I borrowed it, didn't really play it because I was doing something else. My brother was like, "Hey, Dad wants to play it, so hurry up and give it back." It's like shit. So I gotta beat this game.
You're like, no, I'm gonna move and watch.
And I started off on Master Mode. This is back when I was still dumb.
I know, but
Oh.
it's a joke, Nathan.
Oh.
Like,
So-
no, fuck you and leave.
So
And then he moves out there. Give me my fucking game back.
So I played it on Master Mode, and it was really hard because all the enemies were like the either the highest or the second highest level of enemies. So they were hard to kill. Along with, if you don't hit them for like 5 seconds, they can regenerate like half the HP. Like, so if they're at like 40% and you hit them, you don't hit them again, they can regenerate up to half that, so up to like 90% HP. And so you had to kill things like if you wanted to fight them, okay? And you had to keep hitting them and be aggressive. And so I didn't explore at all. I just went straight to each Divine Beast, which are like the dungeons. And then I went straight to Bowser, okay? I didn't even grab the Master Sword.
Bowser?
I wasn't gonna
Did
say
I,
anything.
did I say Bowser?
Yeah.
Ganon.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Yeah.
I was just gonna let
Did you
him
side
run.
B and jump, throw him off the edge?
Oh, I spun his ass.
Uh,
And that was a hard fight, just because
I'm just
You know.
laughing at Bowser.
I'm thinking Bowser too, man.
same game, right? Nintendo.
Imagine Link.
Yeah, then Master Chief just came out of the rafters.
So and Woods was there too?
My dad's.
But yeah, so fighting Ganon was kind of hard without the Master Sword, I guess. Well, I beat that, and that was hard. But so Tears of the
Back
Kingdom
to Tears of the Kingdom.
is just exactly like that, except like the
I hear it's like 5 months after or like 2 years after.
it's
not super
there
long.
is a gap in it, and it starts off like they explore they go to the bottom of the Hyrule because that's where the source of whatever the calamity was that fucked over the last 100 years with like the whole Guardians. Because like
Where is it in the timeline? After everything?
like distant
after
future.
everything.
It's
It's
after
like,
everything.
It's like
Yeah, I think
distant
it's-
future. Like Hyrule was like a golden age of Hyrule. They built these sacred beasts or turned them on or whatever from like the ancient civilization that was there, like giant mechanical robots or animals, okay? And then like all of a sudden, some virus or something like killed all the champions, which were the pilots for it, took them over, and then all the guardians of Hyrule became evil too and killed everybody and killed everything. And then Link got defeated somehow, and he like slept for 100 years, and then woke up. And
Got
then
my ass kicked.
this entire time, Zelda was like fending off Ganon, or what? They didn't know it was Ganon. They just know it's like some
Hey,
calamity,
Ganon's attacked us like 500 times.
some calamity coming from the castle. So the beginning of this game is like they go down there to find out what it is, and it's a pretty cool scene where it's like Ganon's mummy just like comes up and there's like this hand that's impaled in him, that like that's what sealed him there, and Link.
That's why I thought it was after everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like paying attention to the timeline.
Yeah.
Don't play any of the games, but I like.
Well,
the timeline.
So-
I heard it's on all 3 of the timelines.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all them connect to
Yeah.
this one. Yeah.
And so like Ganon's like blasting some like some weird darkness magic, and Link's trying to block with the sword. And of course the Master Sword gets like eaten away, and it's just like, all right, there goes the bane of evil just got melted away like nothing.
By evil.
And then like Link's arm just like gets all like corrupted, and the arm that like ripped that was in Ganon's chest, pretty much attaches itself to Link because his arm was dead. And then Zelda just like the entire castle just crumbles, and Zelda like is falling, and she teleports, and Link teleports and ends up outside too, and the castle's just floating in the sky, and then they call it the upheaval.
Howl's Moving Castle? Oh.
No, the upheaval like completely like created chasms all over Hyrule, and like there's like floating islands now too, and
Yeah.
and it's kind of like a reminiscence of like
Oh, I see some. No, I was yawning. I see some pictures.
of like that they bring back the first king of Hyrule, which is what the arm was that sealed Ganon in, because they couldn't kill him because he was so powerful. They had to seal him.
King Arthur?
And so his name's Rauru, the first king, which is in Ocarina of Time, the Sage of Light. His name was Rauru. So that's kind of like a from that.
All right.
And yeah, Zelda, she like got sent back in time to the first king, and the king and his wife are like, oh, who are you? She's like, I'm Zelda, the daughter of Hyrule. He's like, that's impossible, because I just created Hyrule, you know.
I don't have no kids that you know of. Shit.
So, but it's like there was no story in Breath of the Wild except when you find these points and you take pictures, then there will be flashbacks, and they're sad as hell.
Like
But-
what one's that?
I mean, there's like no story.
Yeah. There's like no like you do missions and stuff, and then there's like really no story to it, except going and defeating the beasts. Because for each beast you kill, it halves Ganon's HP for the final fight. So if you don't kill any of the beasts, Ganon has a fuck ton of HP. So you can. That's why the speedruns, you can technically go from the start to Ganon and fight him.
Yeah, I've seen that you can go in like 14 minutes or something like that.
That's
Less
crazy.
than that.
That's crazy.
I think you went. I think it was 14 minutes or something.
So I don't know if it halves it or just like fourths it, like takes off the percentage, but it's something like that I would never try. But
Yeah, I don't hate myself though.
so yeah, but like yeah, so I didn't do any of those either, which you know I need to go back to and do. But like the story for like more like the lore, I guess, is like taking the pictures of like certain places to bring back memories or something. But in this game, there's like a lot of story and side story with all the characters. But like it's the same thing. You have to find these like there's these like runes.
Okay, 23 minutes.
What? Oh, we're back.
Record Breath of the Wild and speed.
Yeah, I think there's like not quite like a glitch. It's a glitch.
What glyphs? You know, like the Earthbound Immortals from Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, like the glyph-looking things. There's like
Sure.
glowing glyphs.
Yeah.
There's like those like all in like Hyrule, and you have to like find them. And there's like a point on them. I think it's called like Dragon's Tear or something. That's like a memory from the past of Zelda's story. So you learn like what she did in the past and how Ganon was a Gerudo in this timeline too.
Yeah.
He was the only male in the the Gerudo.
Mm-hmm.
He became their chief, and
I kind of know some of this stuff.
I keep finding them all out of order because there's no order to them. So I'm like, all right, I just gotta find them all and then watch them in order. Because at one point it's like they're like, we got beat by Ganon. I'm like, I thought he was good in the last one I watched, you know, because they're not in order, I guess. So I just gotta, skip them and then watch them all later. But like that's like Zelda's story.
Okay, how much do you think? 100%.
100%.
Hours?
Oh,
Oh.
that's a lot.
Well,
Does it say glitched or glitchless?
Because then there's all
On
like
speedrun, it's the official is like with glitches.
Oh, okay.
Because there's all like the Korok seeds and shit.
Yeah, that's.
You have to like go to.
Oh my god, you're gonna knock that rest.
Yeah, can you scoop forward?
I don't know. Probably like 50 hours.
It says 15 hours, 27 minutes.
15 for everything?
I mean, it is.
What is everything though?
I don't fucking know.
Because everything, all your weapons and shit break. So.
Okay, it doesn't. It's just 100%. Okay, so the official, they don't have a bunch of. They would have to go into every single video game and make specific things for every single video game, which would be way too much work. So speedrun.com, the official speedrun of stuff, it just has normal, any percent, 100%.
Well, I'm saying,
I
I'm
think it's
trying
like-
to wonder like what exactly is 100% for that.
I think
game?
it's collect all the collectible things.
So,
because
like-
your weapons aren't really collectible.
like
They're
shrines and
So do all of the shrines, collect all of the seeds, get
That-
all of the upgrades.
there's a lot of fucking seeds though.
I know,
All
it's like-
armor is not breakable, so
Get probably all the armor.
that's crazy. For 15 hours,
Yo,
that's
and they also don't.
All
grade
container
them.
upgrades, all 120 spirit orbs from shrines, all heart containers from divine beasts, complete the adventure log, 15 main quests. Beast Ganon must be killed at some point. 42 shrine quests, 77 side quests, includes Xenoblade quest. Obtain all 18 memories, 100% map percentage counter, all individual 900 Koroks from their source, all
900
locations,
Koroks.
all shrines, all towers, all key items. Sheikah Slate with all upgrades, sensor plus, bombs plus, stasis plus, paraglider, all champion abilities, all Kilton medals, kill all 40 Hinox, 40 Talus, and 4 Molduga, all horse bridles and saddles, So, Hestu's gift given after retrieving all 900 Crocs and fully expanding your inventory. Confidential envelope received after completing your compendium. All permanent weapons, currently only Master Sword. All permanent, fully upgraded armor. Champion's Tunic 4 stars, Zor's Helm 4 stars, Zor's Armor 4 stars, Zor Greaves 4 stars, Cap of the Wild 4 stars, Tunic of the Wild 4 stars, Trousers of the Wild 4 stars, Thunder Helm.
Wow.
In 15 hours, 27 minutes.
I'm saying 900.
I know, but you don't
Koroks.
understand these speedrunners, dude. You ever watch these speedrunners? They
No, I've watched them before.
They
Yeah.
can play a game faster than you can think.
That's crazy though.
Yeah.
But you have to play it so much to learn it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like.
Cause-
I got shit in my life. I want to experience other things, dude.
Like
You have to play. They play like thousands, tens of thousands of hours. They played Breath of the Wild to get there.
like the
Tens
cool,
of thousands.
The cool speedrun thing I watched was that pretty much like Doom was like people, way back in the day, of like perfecting like the Doom speedrun strat for this like one level, where like the two guys pretty much kept going back and forth and beating each other's because they'd like keep it was like this big part where like you had to like go along this like thing without falling, and the people would either like try doing this like certain method to jump over it, or just like skip it, or actually try doing it as fast as possible, and they just kept beating each other. I'm like, see, that's a cool speed run. Just trying to do it as fast as possible, and I'm like, just keep getting better and better at it. But then like glitch speed runs, I feel like are just kind of lame. Like, okay,
I
some
hate glitch. I hate glitch speedruns.
Like, okay, you can do some glitch where you
Yeah.
manipulate the data and just skip the very end cutscene. Okay, yeah, it's cool. You could do that. I mean, it's kind of lame to classify it as like the.
That's what I
speed
feel.
run.
Nick, you have something to say?
The whole like glitch skip to the end, it defeats the purpose of playing the game. It's like how fast
Yeah.
can you not play it?
But
Like
It's
they did
like
it with South
it's
Park.
yeah. It's like oh, real quick. Like one of the Oblivion 4, or whatever. You can beat in like 17 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not playing the game. That's not a speed run. That's not
Yeah.
playing the game though.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like
I hate that.
glitchless speed runs are I think the best ones to watch. I've
Yeah.
seen the Ocarina of
Sorry,
Time,
sorry,
Majora's
Nick.
Mask.
We interrupted Nick. You were saying
Oh,
something.
okay.
Yeah. South Park does this thing. It's Fractured Butthole.
Oh,
If you skip the cutscenes in the beginning, it just jumps to the credits, and that's like how fast can you skip the cutscenes?
Oh, that's
And
fine.
it's like 14 seconds for the speedrun I can.
It's
But
stupid.
that's the official.
Why even
speedrun.
play? I don't know that should count.
Well,
But that counts.
Was
I hate
that was that like made in the game or was that like?
That's in the game,
Oh,
but
that's
that's-
something funny they did.
but that's the official speedrun.
That doesn't
Oh.
count.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's
So it's like the next official speedrun is like
Like,
2.5 hours.
I do get it. It's like, what is the fastest you can beat the game?
But is that beating the game?
Yeah,
Or
it's not really-
To me, that's not being.
Yeah.
That's like beating the programmers.
Yeah.
That's not the game. No.
But watching someone how fast, say Ocarina of Time, okay, how fast they can get through the Kokiri Forest to the Great Deku to all the
Yeah.
way to the Goron City to the Zora's domain.
Watching
You know.
those are great.
Just seeing like these because I was trying to do the Majora's Mask, beat the entire game in one 3-day cycle. Okay. The hardest part is
rough.
you have to go to the Deku Kingdom.
The palace, yeah.
Yeah, and then go to the swamp forest to get the bow. Because with the bow, you need to break the ice to the Goron's place, the Snow Peak Mountain, and then you need to get the Goron's lullaby to make the big Goron thing fall asleep.
Yeah.
You have to do that all before 6 p.m. of the first day,
Yeah.
because Maron, I don't know.
Yeah, at the ranch, yeah.
Yeah, so that's how you get Epona's song, because without Epona you can't get to like 2 of the levels.
Yeah.
And so you have to like beat. Wait, did the beat? No, you need to get the fire arrows from the Snow Peak Temple or whatever, and then go back to Goron City to blow up this melt this ice with the fire arrow to go talk to the guy, and you have to grab the big powder keg bomb
Yeah.
to go blow
the
open
ranch,
the raceway.
It's a whole fucking thing.
Yeah, you have to do all that so fast. I literally did it with like 5 seconds to spare. Okay.
Yeah.
And I've attempted that like 4 different times. So
That shit's rough.
I'm like, yeah, for a speed run, like that's something I like to watch. To see someone like do a bunch of different
Yeah.
steps, And I watched a guy do it before because I was like, oh, you can do that in 3 days. I'm like, I'm gonna watch this, And he, a lot of cool techniques, or like ways to skip things and
Yeah.
without glitching, And it was cool.
Yeah.
Because that's what the guy said, like, we're not going to glitch. That's, it's like,
I was watching somebody do something similar where they basically just skip to getting the horse so they can get the Zora mask. went back to Woodfall Temple just because you can climb higher spots as Zora Link.
Yeah.
I was like, you skip like 2 or 3 rooms just doing it that way.
That's funny.
Or you could just do those 2 or 3 rooms in like 6 minutes instead
Yeah.
of wasting 17 to skip them.
Yeah, the first, yeah.
So I think I mentioned this in one other podcast. Although yeah, I think so. Also, like there's a speed run in Ocarina of Time you can do with no items, no items for you to ride. And the official time for that is like 20 hours or something.
Yeah.
Because if you just stand still in Ocarina of Time, you will slowly move backwards a pixel like an hour or some shit like that. So what they do is they go. So you literally can't get out of Kokiri Forest without an item. Because you have to get past the door or whatever.
Yeah.
So you just stand backwards against the door and sit there, and after 20 hours, you phase through the whole door. So the official speed was 20 hours or something, because they just sit there, and you put it down, you walk away, and you just go back through that, and then beat the game with no items.
No, it makes sense.
No, like you don't pick up a single item.
Yeah.
Maybe like rupees or something, like something. You know,
Maybe the items like
consequential, but
I
nothing
don't
like-
know. I saw a video. I don't know.
Yeah, it's no key.
No items.
So you don't get like bombs, you don't get like, shield upgrades, shit like that. Because any door you have to go through, you just sit there and phase through it,
Oh, yeah.
with enough time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a video on it. It was really good.
That's funny.
All right, so Tears of the Kingdom pretty good. Out of 10. How much? 10 out of 10.
Oh man, there's
Nine-
so much to do for it, so I'm definitely taking my time with this one because I didn't do that with Breath of the Wild.
8-5.
The puzzles in this game
8-9.
have been, I'd probably say like 9 out of 10. Just because I wish there was like a more fleshed out story to it. It kind of feels like the first game was like, all right, the world's in a ruin. You got to beat these things and like save Zelda at the end. Well, she's not save her, but because she's fending off Ganon. In this game, she's like, okay, she's gone. You're looking for her, and everybody keeps spotting her. Like you with those memory things, you find out she's like the Sage of Time, and she's like, I don't know.
When is she not the Sage of Time?
Yeah, and I've only beat one dungeon because I was like, I'm gonna go straight to the Gerudo because I heard that like you can have partners and stuff, and the Gerudo Temple is pretty cool. This is giant flying Gibdo Queen as the boss, and it's pretty cool. It's like a pyramid temple.
That's hot.
Alright. We'll go to our next topic.
Oh.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
No.
Great game though.
Alright.
The
Movies?
hardest puzzle game, Zelda game ever. That's all I'm saying.
Alright.
And playing.
See, I don't want hard puzzles.
Playing Breath of the Wild on Master Mode, this game feels harder on normal than on Master Mode on that game. I don't know. This game's just.
Alright.
Yeah.
Movies.
Alright.
Nathan, did you watch any movies?
Yeah, I watched the new Guardians of the Galaxy.
Pretty good.
I don't know how long ago Super Mario came out, but that was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. I wasn't a fan of one or two. Like they're cool, and they're funny. But this one was really good. It was like funny. It was sad, it was emotional. It was good. I'm like, man, they really feel like a family with how much they're bickering at each other. It was a great movie though.
I heard you dropped the only F-bomb in...
Oh yeah, that's funny as shit. That was funny. He's like, get in the fucking car.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, there's a lot of violence in it, and yeah, a lot of cussing.
Alright.
Oh,
It's great.
Nick, is that it? 2 movies?
I mean, I think there's more, but any movies?
Nick. Got 2 movies.
Oh no, that's all of them.
Oh,
That's the whole podcast.
There.
I watched the D&D movie.
Finally?
Yeah.
Pretty good, right?
It was fucking good.
And you
yeah.
loved it, right?
It was pretty good.
On the last podcast, I was like, I watch it. He's like, you son of a bitch, I want to watch it. I was like, Nick, you're going to love it.
Yeah.
I can tell you
It was
love this
great.
movie. And I was like,
Some of the stuff you were talking about, with like because I watched the other one not too long ago, and
what else?
the other podcast.
Okay.
And
It
talk
was
about,
like another
like,
D&D movie.
Them resting, it's like
With Tom Hanks.
I get what you mean. It's like it doesn't quite make sense because it's not like
It's just because it would be boring for him.
yeah, but you if you like watch it again, they kind of do like periodically just stop for a night or whatever. So they sneak it in there, but they don't play it out.
Yeah.
So it makes sense because nothing's happening.
So I read this interview where the makers of the movie, they said they tried their best to stick to D&D rules, but some of them you can't. Like you can't transform into an owlbear,
Yeah.
wild shape into an owlbear, but they just let her do it because it's a movie. Okay? And
you can't what? You can't.
wild shape into an owlbear.
Owlbears are considered magical creatures. so
You can't.
watch
You
it.
can't transform into one.
Oh.
But they're druid.
But she did
Yeah.
in the movie, and it's like,
That's what-
who cares?
She's a homebrew rule.
And people are like, oh yeah, you're not allowed to do that. Like, who gives a fuck, dude? Shut the fuck up, you fucking
so
nerd.
much better, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they said really the only thing that they like ignored was basically the resting, because technically you can't like do these spells. You have to rest or whatever stuff like that.
Oh.
And they were just kind of like, it's a movie. That'd be
Yeah.
come on, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Come on, you can't like that'd be lame.
Yeah.
All right, is that it?
No, I watched Talladega Nights the other night.
Nice.
Was scrolling through and it was on
This
the
is
popular
good.
list.
You're just like
It's
so
so
good.
good. It's hilarious.
I'll watch more movies. I just can't.
Oh, that's me every
I know.
podcast.
Told you to
I'm
ride
like,
today.
What was the other
All right,
one?
next guest. You write this shit down.
I had it. What was it? Hardcore Henry. Went back and watched
Oh,
You
it.
did watch? I never seen that.
That's a good movie.
I went to the theaters and seen it the first time through,
Yeah.
and watching it back on a screen is so much better.
It's interesting.
I love how they cut that movie though, like how they edited the movie together.
Yeah.
Just because it's all through that first-person view, it looks so good.
It's
There's
funny.
3 different people working.
Yeah.
Because they were all masters stunts, but they're all masters at specific different stunts.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also,
three
they had-
different actors played them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, because it was like moving around. It's like some of them didn't competently know how to like do certain scenes without hurting themselves, or so they would swap them.
That's
around.
smart.
Yeah, but they basically had to teach like parkour guys how to be a cameraman basically. It's
Yeah.
like, you can't put your arms in certain directions because it'll block views. That kind of shit. Like you have to turn your whole body.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that was a great like first person aspect. Like, I know they've done like the camera view,
Yeah.
and like it's kind of like I don't know. That's hard to kind of watch it sometimes because you get
You
it.
do get lost
You got
in
to
it.
act like a camera sometimes, so there's a lot of camera shaking and stuff like that. But honestly, yeah, first person view. I don't know. It'd be cool to see another movie done that way.
Yeah.
There was a handful of scenes. I think it's either like right towards the end.
Doom with the Rock when they, the scene at the end.
Yes.
See, that's cool.
That was great.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
Now, there's a scene where Henry gets like his head split open,
Yeah.
and it's like in 2 different pieces.
Yeah.
And the camera view is split.
That's so cool.
And I was like, oh, that's gonna make some people want to vomit because it's like looking through one eye and then looking through the other eye, looking in a different direction. And at one point, he strangles a guy with like the cord part of his eye. So he pulls it out and wraps it around. So you can see him wrapping it around with one camera view, and then you see it spinning around with the other side.
What?
I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. But yeah, it literally like split screens.
Speaking of Doom, I unironically love that movie.
Same.
It's a good movie.
It's good.
For when it came out, yeah.
I was like, it's so good, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it may not have been based on Doom, but
No,
it was
no.
great. But nowadays you can't really take anything if it's based on it. It doesn't have to be word for word. I'm a big Spider-Man fan, but all
Hey, the
Spider-Man
Scooby-Doo movies are masterpieces.
Those are, yeah.
Both of the live action. They're so good. And White Chicks.
And White Chicks. That was random.
And White
Was White Chicks what was the original source for White Chicks? Oh, you just wanted to bring that up?
It is masterful writing. It is.
Well, I love the comic for White Chicks.
The com. Oh my god. This is.
All right, you had another movie?
Yeah, Evil Dead Rise.
Was it good?
Oh,
It was pretty good.
Yeah, lame, Nick.
So I'm, a big Evil Dead fan.
Why?
Because 80s was like the, creation of most
Brandon
of
made
the
me watch them.
most of the big horror. What did you say?
You and Brandon made me watch them one day.
Yeah.
1 and 2, and I was like, this is.
Great.
Two was the same thing as
Ash
one. I'm
is
like, what?
great.
No, it was great.
Ash is great.
So,
Fucking love
out of all those like 80s horror movies, like Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, I think Evil Dead was the best one. Okay.
I didn't think
Most of them are just Halloween was okay. Halloween's great, but not in comparison to Evil Dead. Evil Dead 1 was just like it was a horror film.
But also just saying, I think that's also just childhood nostalgia.
Yeah, maybe.
That's the problem.
But so it's like a horror film with like a lot of character development to it with the main character, because he's just like a kind of like a scaredy cat with like so much happening, and then later having to like man up and kind of have to kill his friends being possessed by demons and stuff. So
I'll kill you.
well that doesn't happen until the first one. See, the second one people think is kind of like a remake, but it's really not. It's a direct continuation that was kind of reworded in the beginning. Instead of it being him and his friends, it was him and his girlfriend, which later got reworded because of the right and all that. Okay. So the second one is, the end of the first one, he thought everything was fine. Daylight broke. He burnt the book, and all of his friends who were possessed that were trying to kill him at the time, pretty much melt because the book that summoned them got destroyed. And so he goes out the front door, and then the giant invisible demon entity that's still there pretty much goes to the house and gets him and carries him away, and that's the end of the movie. And the second one is kind of a reiteration of what the events that happened for the first one, and then it takes place with hitting him and flying away with him, and he hits a tree, right? And then he falls, and he's all like in the fucking like a puddle of mud and water, and it's all just gurgling, and then he gets up and it got possessed him, right? And he's all like, all dead-eyed, demonic-ish, and then the sun rises more, and then the light purifies him, right? Then he fucking passes out because he's up all night, fighting all the possessed friends and girlfriend and whatnot. And then he wakes back up and it's nighttime again, okay? So he fucking runs back into the house and he's like super scared. And well, this one they made him more like macho-ish, like groovy, instead of like more like scaredy cat, more real-ish character in the first one. And then so he's all flipping out because the house is just it's going crazy, and he like a board breaks on when he looks out and he sees his girlfriend like arise from the dead, okay? And
all right, we don't got to do the whole movie.
Well, I'm just like I'm saying the difference. I can talk about it.
Let's just talk about Evil Dead.
I know.
You're doing the whole movie.
I kind of realized
You didn't even watch it last week. Okay, what happened? What did Evil Dead Rise? What is that?
Okay, so it's part of like the reboot series they did. Kind of like the 2013 one. It takes place in a hotel. It's going to get demolished because it's been up for so long and it's going to fall apart. Earthquake happens and a kid, because the main character is like a family, and one of the kids goes to the hole that like this earthquake opened up in the bottom of the parking garage. It finds like a big safe, and they finds like a box with a book and like recordings in it, and he takes it back to his room and he plays it, and it's like some priests found like a book of the dead from some ancient ruins, and he plays it and it summons demons that get his mom possessed, and she's trying to kill him throughout the whole movie. And so most of it is nostalgic factor. Like people who love the Evil Dead franchise obviously watch this, okay? And for the gore and stuff is awesome, everybody loves Bruce Campbell, so obviously, everybody wants Bruce Campbell in it. But, you can't always have what you want, It was a great movie.
Yes, we can!
For what it was. And I
liked it.
I liked it, yeah.
Alright.
It went in a good direction. Yeah, I liked it.
Okay. Alright, so, I guess real quick.
Sorry, I go on a tangent too much.
Yeah, no. I got Skylar to watch Enemy of the State. Which is a great fucking movie.
Which one's that one?
That's Will Smith and
Do you do it?
Oh, I've seen this, yeah. Is that the one?
Gene Hackman.
There you go.
Yeah, Will Smith, Gene Hackman, and it's like it's an action movie where Will Smith is like the government is
They're out to get him because
out to get him. He uncovered a conspiracy and the government's out to get him, and Gene Hackman is like a underground like spy guy, and he helps him. And it's a really fucking good movie. Great movie. Got Skylar to watch it.
Yeah.
She's like, that was fucking great.
It's like those 90s, like
Yeah. I rewatched Black Hawk Down. I've done that a lot.
What about Black? No.
Well, this time I really try to like sit and I try to actually watch it and pay attention to it. And, like really try to watch it. That's a great fucking movie. Sad as shit.
It's pretty good.
It's in Mogadishu.
Mogadishu.
And it was like American army. They went in to like extract these people and leave, but everything goes wrong. A Black Hawk goes down, and then a second Black Hawk goes down.
Trying to save the first one.
And they were trying to save the first one, and then a bunch of people died, and like they just got totally fucking shit on, and people get fucking blown up and all that shit. And it was considered a Pyrrhic victory, so it was they completed their objective, but they lost a lot of equipment and like 20 soldiers died, but also like quite a few other soldiers were really fucked up and everything just went terribly. A lot of civilians died too. And so then they pulled out. So then I actually looked this up a little bit, and then they pulled out of Mogadishu. And then I think it was Mogadishu. Fuck.
I'm looking it up.
It's like Pyrrhic victory. I didn't expect you to know that. Kind of thing.
I'm smart.
It was, yeah.
I didn't say you weren't. I just
Mogadishu,
saying.
yeah. So.
It was also the name of a Call of Duty level.
Yeah.
Oh.
So then I looked it up, and it's actually if they call it.
Mogadishu.
There's a thing where they call it Mogadishu syndrome or whatever. It's where like, since that happened, and that was like, that went badly, I guess, and back home,
Terribly.
like in the media, like it was bad, and they're like, why are we going in these other people's affairs and stuff like that? So they say that's probably the biggest reason why America didn't intervene in the Rwandan genocide. They called it Mogadishu syndrome. Okay, so.
They don't know where to draw that line.
Yeah, so
They
that would be
always
like, so
overlook
it's like
that.
now we're not, since that specific thing happened, now we're like not putting our soldiers in other
Conflicts and stuff.
conflicts and other affairs and stuff like
I
that.
thought they would have learned that from Vietnam.
Well, but that was like, we started that war, so that like Mogadishu, we weren't starting a war. We had our soldiers
You're standing outside
like,
and throwing rocks at them until they shot back.
yeah, like that wasn't a war, or we didn't declare war then, we just sent in people to try and help this other country.
Oh, okay.
But if we're losing our own people to help another country,
Flying High in April.
anyway, Black Hawk Down, pretty good.
Shot down in May.
Pretty good. It's a great movie. I watched Red Dragon, which is what I said I was going to watch 2 weeks ago.
Did you like it?
The prequel to Silence of the Lambs.
Oh,
Yeah. So I watched the one after that, after
You can do it.
Hannibal Rising, and then it was the sequel to Silence of the Lambs. I watched that 2 weeks ago. Now I watched Red Dragon.
Hannibal Rising, I thought was first chronologically.
No, it's the next one. Red Dragon's first chronological.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Or no, the next one's first. The next one's a prequel to Red Dragon. It's just called Hannibal.
Okay.
I haven't seen it yet. Definitely watched Red Dragon before, from start to finish. Watched
Okay.
it before in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
But it was actually a really good movie.
Yeah.
And I love, what's his face? The actor?
Heath Ledger?
Why would you? Hella random.
Anthony Hopkins?
No, Edward Norton.
Oh,
yeah.
The best Hulk ever.
He did a great job, yeah. No, I
Luke
didn't.
Ferrigno's pretty good.
And I watched Hunger Games.
Yeah.
First one. It's pretty good.
Go
Hunger
home.
Games is good.
Hunger Games is good. I never watched the last two, so I want Mockingjay Part 1 and 2, so I wanted to watch.
Yeah, I haven't seen those either.
But I've seen Catching Fire, so I'll watch that at some point. Yeah.
Did you just raise your hand?
The parody for it
Starving
was pretty
Games? Fuck off.
funny. Yeah, what's her name? Can't miss every time. Because her name is like Katniss Evermore or Everdeen. Can't miss every time. Pretty funny.
And I watched Dear
Oh,
Evan
sports
Hansen.
watch.
I watched that movie.
You?
Yeah.
I've never seen
What's that
it.
about?
It's a musical.
Oh.
You?
And it's about this kid who's like a loner, and he has no friends. And there's one other guy who's a loner and has no friends. And then that other guy, and then this first guy, Evan Hansen, he writes a letter to himself. Like from it's a therapist thing where he writes out he's depressed, right? And he writes a letter to himself. It says, "Dear Evan Hansen," and it says like blah blah blah, and he goes, "Sincerely, me." Okay. And then the other guy who's a loner and nobody likes him finds that letter, and then takes it
Are they
home.
singing this whole time? Or?
No, and then goes away and kills himself.
Oh.
I wish you could have seen his face on the camera. He goes, "Whoa."
I think okay, so now that you're getting this, I think I've seen the trailers for that. And I
Yeah,
was like,
and then
I want to watch it. But I don't
his
wanna
parents find that letter, and they're like, "Oh, you were his best friend."
Watch it. Yeah.
And he's like, "No, I'm not." But the mom's like crying, bawling, like, "Oh my God, I love you." And he's like, "How do I tell this woman like that that's
It's like, I never knew her
She's
son.
like, "No." And he's super like quiet, and he's like, "No, no." And he's like that. So they're like, "Oh, you did it." And he's like, "No." And they're like, and then they hug him, and he's like, "What do I do?" Like he's just like, "Well,
Yeah.
And then he's like, "I have to tell him the truth." But then this woman is like, it's Amy Adams, right? And she's like, good actress. She's like, "You put like our son or whatever," and then they're like crying, and then and then this guy's sister, the main guy, has a crush on too.
Nice.
And then he's just like, and eventually he gets in too deep, and he gets in deep, and he starts making up lies, and he just keeps lying. And at some points I just couldn't even watch. I'm like, I can't even watch it. It was like so. I was like, oh my god. And then I was like, please just reveal it. Please reveal it. I was like, this is going on for too long. That's pretty good. There was some controversy.
Did they end up revealing it?
Yes.
Okay.
You can't get away with that forever.
Yeah, you can.
What is this? You know,
Well, he started making up a bunch of stuff.
Oh.
And then the timeline doesn't add up.
Man,
And then he's making this evidence, and they're like, this doesn't seem like something he would do. And he's like,
yeah, but they also thought he wasn't gonna kill himself. So what do they know?
and
No, right? So there's controversy.
yeah, because
Travesty.
I guess the guy who played him, he's like 29 or whatever when he played 17-year-old high school kid. Which I've grown to just not care about. Some people still care about.
Yeah.
I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And then, but that guy was the original actor on Broadway for it.
Oh.
So they got the same actor, and also so it's like same actor. I'm like, that kind of makes sense. But the controversy was like his dad like was a producer for the movie, and they're like, oh, we got him like that role, but I've come to care less about nepotism. I know it affects.
Yeah.
I know it affects like stuff, but I don't care.
Hey, if I'm filming a movie, I'd ask you guys first if you want to
Yeah, I know,
play
dude.
a role, you know?
Like that's what and it here's the thing is like. He's like, but then I was thinking it was like, but everybody loves that Adam Sandler puts his friends in movies.
Yeah.
Everybody loves that, right? That I
Yeah.
hear on the internet, they're like, Adam Sandler puts his friends in movies. That's great. But then somebody puts their son in the movie and they're like, oh, fuck you. That's fucking terrible. And it's like, is it?
No.
What's the difference?
It's not.
What's the difference between putting your friend in a movie, Rob Schneider, who like nobody likes anymore,
Well, why not?
putting him in when's the
You
last time
don't
he's been
believe-
in a movie?
That doesn't mean you don't like them. It means, okay, he's not
He also
relevant.
started getting real political and stuff.
Oh, okay, well, yeah, that's how you ruin it. Everybody ruins their career
Yeah,
like
so
that.
he just started. So it's like,
Daft Punk once said, / unsaid, you know, like, no one hates a DJ until they start speaking, you know?
yeah. So I just grown to not care about this stuff. We need to watch controversy. And he was a pretty good actor, I thought, and he's a great singer. So he was on Broadway, so and the original actor, I didn't care about that.
Yeah.
But there was controversy.
Weird thing to be. Yeah,
I thought it was pretty
that.
good. Yeah. Okay, next TV shows. I watched
Cora
I watched
watched you, and I watched that. While she
I was
was
like, she didn't watch
watching
me. I watched a couple of
I watched you.
I've seen a couple episodes of South Park.
How many?
Yeah,
Last
I
time
watched.
I did a couple.
I watched them too. That's weird. Watched
Is it?
the.
I'm going through it. I'm on season 2.
Yo, I'm at that point where I can just call out what happens in episodes just by seeing little tidbits of it. So we had Comedy Central just running 24/7
Yeah.
for the dog,
Hell yeah.
and well, cause
Nice.
Well,
Now
he'll
you
get
got-
like antsy when somebody leaves the room,
Yeah.
or if somebody goes outside, he's like taking a whiff.
Yeah.
So we'll put something on that's like laugh tracks,
Yeah.
or something where it's like it's moderately funny. So we'll put Comedy Central on, and we'll just let it run. And sometimes South Park comes on.
First season of South Park, I don't know. It was more weird than it was funny. I guess.
Hooray.
Yeah, I just
Just remember.
I was like, first season, I was like,
Yo,
it's not.
first episode.
I texted him, I goes, when is this get good? Okay, but the
No joke, I was
like,
like more
Mr. Hanky,
offensive.
the Christmas Poo episode was one of the funniest episodes I've seen.
I was
of
gonna
my life.
recommend you skip
I was
that
fucking
episode,
dying. That made me laugh so much. Like, goes to shit. He's like, God, what the fuck? Oh, or
man.
Stan, right?
No, it was Kyle.
Was it
I
Kyle?
don't know.
It was Kyle.
Was
It was Kyle. Yes.
Oh.
You're questioning me?
Well, it's just because he's Jewish, so why would he care about Christmas?
So,
Look
It's
how
the
Jewish-
Christmas poo. He doesn't care about Christmas. He cares about Mr. Hanky.
That made me, dude, I was dying. I almost fell out my chair. I'm like,
Everybody was talking to Stan, trying to get him to stop being so weird.
Oh, you're fucking sick. Dude, I was dying. That was funny. He's like, imitating the Christmas poo. He goes, did you say Christmas poo? I'm still laughing. It was funny. You watch You? Or Coral watch You? Do you kind of watch it?
yeah.
You seem stupid.
It's kind
No,
of
you're
is kind of not. It's like, you know, he's obsessed, and he's obviously psychotic. The third season is like kind of really goes not downhill. It does go downhill because he's like psychotic in a different way. This way made him more disassociative and like split personality way, which just I don't know, just completely different feel to it. It was still good. Just
I saw this clip and it was like you without voiceover.
Yeah,
And it just shows him like
Yeah.
you want some food and it shows him just sitting there just like.
he had an interview
Yeah,
with
because-
Conan, I think.
but that's like
talking about that.
that's the whole show is just it's him in his mind, you know.
No, I know. It was funny. It's supposed to be like, he's just sitting there in silence for like 30 seconds. After somebody asks him a question, he just sits there staring at them.
Yeah, he said they filmed the scenes, like the scenes on site, and then he has to go back in and voice over.
Yes, I would
So
like
when
some.
he reads when he reads out his lines. Yeah, that's pretty much what's
Like,
Well, yeah,
he's
'cause
just
he,
waiting.
he like overthinks everything.
I know, but
Yeah.
it's just like,
It is
in
a-
real life, it'd be like,
it is
talk.
It's like a good show, and he like I don't know. I think it's good. I think you would really
Isn't
like
he a
it.
murderer?
Yes.
Love the hamster. Yeah.
But like half the time they're like accidental murders.
Sure.
Sure.
I was like, this
Like,
seems kind of dumb.
he doesn't
Like,
mean to kill. You should watch it.
I don't have the time to watch it, so I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah,
Don't you
he's
watch
catching
like
up on
Good Girl or
something.
something? Or...
New Girl? No, we just let it play on the TV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let you
That's
play.
like half-hour comedy. I can watch half-hour comedy.
Let
Yeah,
you
it's
play.
up.
Oh, it's a comedy. Oh. I
Yeah,
think
half-hour comedy, like new, like also Skylar we just let New Girl play on the TV like all day long, or like she'll do that '70s show. She'll do
Two Broke
How I
Girls.
Met Your Mother. No,
That's a good show though.
That 70 show is great.
pretty much just those three shows.
Did you watch that 90s show?
No.
I haven't watched. I still don't watch it. Watch the first episode and we're like, this is not gonna be good.
It's okay. It's exactly what you
Well,
think.
I don't want okay. I want good.
Yeah.
Stop
that's-
expecting so
That
much.
70s was
I just
lit.
will watch it.
Yeah, it can't.
I
want
want
to
to watch it and just skip to a Red and Kitty.
They are the best.
I just want to skip to everything they do. I also watched the entire rest of. I saw this last podcast. The Last Ship. I told you I watched. I think the first season.
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend the first two seasons of The Last Ship. That's about. I said this before, but that's about. I pointed to the camera. It's not there.
Yeah.
That's about. There's
Keep going.
there's
Say something,
a
by the way.
global worldwide pandemic.
We had one of those.
Yeah, but it's before then. And there was a battle. There's a ship, a navy ship that's in the Arctic, on a secret mission with not talking to with no radio contact for 3 months. And then they come back. Oh, the worldwide pandemic. Like 2 billion people have been killed from the
Like
pandemic.
Jared Leto's.
And it's actually really good. It's kind of like Star Trek in the way that like the captains are like going on missions, which doesn't actually make any sense.
Yeah,
In real life, like the
they
captain
never-
wouldn't go on a mission with a gun. But they kind of, at least for the first few episodes, they kind of explain it in a nice way where they're like, oh, nobody else has combat training. This is all like new people. And it's like, then there's like, I forgot what it is. It's like Delta Squad or whatever, and that's like their commandos, but there's only like 3 of them.
Yeah.
So they're like, we need more, so
We'll send
so
some people
so
to
like
it.
I'm the captain. I have combat training. Nobody else does. So it's like, I'm gonna go on this mission
Yeah.
with you.
So it's like
Yeah, and then like this second season stuff. They're like, he's like, now I'm on revenge. Now I'm trying to kill people. Now I'm the captain. Now I don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
now I'm trying to kill. And the third one, he's like, I'm trying to kill you, motherfucker.
Nice.
So I recommend the third two, and then I say stop. Because the third season's kind of dumb. It's like the third season. I talked about it.
I think you brought it up.
And then I skipped in the third and fourth and fifth seasons. I looked up when certain characters died, and I skipped and like watching them die. And it's kind of in the fifth season. It's like they're just killing everybody kind of indiscriminate. They're like killing.
Nice.
At some point, it's too much. Like I like when main characters die and stuff like that, right? But at some point, it's too much. Where it's like you just kill every episode. You're killing like a main or secondary character. It's kind of ridiculous.
They're trying the show.
Yeah. And one thing that I hate in shows, so the fourth season, there's a character in the fourth season that's in every single episode, and they do, and they're like an important character. In every episode, they have like their own story. They're like an important character in the fourth season. And then the fifth season starts, that character's gone, they never mention them ever again. I hate when shows do that. At least give me a throwaway line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we
at
talked about
least-
Prison Break doing something
At,
similar.
at least give me a throwaway line. Prison Break kills off a character in the season 2, episode 1, and they're in every episode of season 1, and they have their own story. Like they're the C story of the entire first season, and they kill them off. They mention them one time. Oh, they're dead. What? No. Maybe one more time they say her name. It's a female. They say her name and then never mention it ever again the entire show. And I hate when shows do that, you know. But this one is more ridiculous. Fourth season. It's the fourth season. There's new characters in every episode. Fifth season, not even mentioned. At least give me a throwaway line. That's what I think.
Yeah.
At least give me some throwaway line. Oh, they went to France.
Like you didn't make it or something.
Oh, like she went to. She went to LA. We're in the Atlantic. She went to LA. She's at a military base there. At least give me a throwaway line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
I watched 4 seasons of Game of Thrones.
4 seasons?
Yeah. It's like I don't know why I've never watched it before. It's literally something I love it.
It's a good
literally
show.
it's literally something.
No, you stop at the 6th season.
I'm gonna watch it all.
Just stop. Don't do it. No, it's not 6 seasons.
7. Sorry, you stop at 7.
Yeah, there's 8 seasons, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard 7 seasons when it starts to go bad down in quality. 7 seasons kind of and then 8 seasons the worst in the world.
8th season I think is like 13 episodes. It should have been 16.
Yeah. Right.
That's what I heard. I heard like first 6 seasons are great, and then the 17 is kind of like, it's somebody we used to watch. They call it fast travel mode. So first 6 seasons, it's like it takes a long time to get places. That's part of the story. And then the 7th season, they're like, oh, it took them 3 days to go 100 miles or something like that on horseback. Yeah, it took them.
Bro, it's like a lot of great things happen, and then like a lot of bad things happen. Well, first off, a lot of bad things happen. Then great things happen. And then characters that you hate, you love. And then like characters you love get fucked. And like, man, it's like really, most of it's sad, and like you're just waiting for the most righteous moment. Like one of my favorite characters is oh my God, what's his name?
I like Sansa.
John?
Huh?
I'm sorry, what John, right?
Jon Snow's cool, but no,
Sansa. That's my favorite.
it's
Like Samson?
Sansa?
my
How
space
you
in
say
his
it?
name. Yeah, Sansa.
Sansa. Yeah, I know what I'm saying.
Yeah, dude, her entire story
Her
is
arc
sad.
is
Everything.
fucked,
She's,
but
yeah.
I know, and then
It's Peter Dinklage's character.
Oh, Tyrion.
Tyrion. Yeah. Well, I'm just spacing his
I'm
name.
tired of the Tyrion. Dude, I
Come on.
get it.
Tyrion's
Oh
like the
my
best
God. Oh
character.
my God, I don't care. Everybody says the same thing.
He
don't
goes through
care.
a lot of growth, but
Have
they
you-
do
have you
focus.
seen it?
He's, I think he's one of 3 characters that's in every single episode.
I don't.
He's a great character.
I know, but I'm just over it.
It's like he's
That's
bored.
everybody's favorite character.
Is that a problem?
Everybody loves him so
How's
much.
that a
I'm
problem?
tired of it.
It's because
I'm just tired of hearing about
his
it.
entire family's evil, but he's not a bad guy. He tries to do
I know,
everything
I'm tired
he
of
can.
hearing about it.
Okay, well, my bad.
You can talk.
I know, no, you're tired of hearing it. I
Don't apologize.
He's a great
You
character.
don't get like when something's super, super popular, you're like,
No?
that's what I get.
Oh.
I feel it.
See, I didn't, because I had never heard much from the show. I heard the one thing I heard was a certain character died, and then
I pretty much know everything about the
I'm
show,
like-
so I don't really need to watch
and
it.
I heard it's at the end of the show. I'm like, what the heck? How did that happen? I thought he died. But
See,
I guess that was
I pretty much know everything about the show.
well.
So I don't really actually need
And
to
so,
watch it.
so Brandon's like a bunch further ahead, and he's like, yeah, this character's sex scenes was kind of weird to watch. I was like, bro, isn't she like 10? What the fuck? He's like, oh, there's a big time skip. Don't worry. I was like, okay, that was about to be real weird.
Are we talking
He's
about
like, yeah.
Arya and stuff?
Oh, yeah, I was trying not to
I'm
say any
assuming
spoilers,
Arya.
but
I know everything about the show.
well, for the viewers.
No.
Fuck them, dude.
It's been out long enough.
Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Jordan. He's like, oh, I don't want spoilers for the show. I'm trying to wait for the books.
Bro.
I was like, wait.
Yo, good fucking luck.
I was like, what? I was like, the books aren't gonna end like the show. Trust me.
They really aren't.
I don't know if
They
you
said
know
they
how it
were
ends. I'm
going
not gonna tell you, but it's everybody hates it. You know it's not good, right?
But
to. You know they filmed that sex scene last. It was like one of the last things they filmed because they were waiting for her 18th birthday.
oh wow.
Just because if she were, how they were gonna film
Well,
it,
yeah.
they had to like film her naked.
You
So,
see,
like,
I was thinking it was just gonna be a different actress. That's what I was thinking.
No.
Well, like, I mean, I guess so much time does pass.
Yeah.
Or filming it. Yeah, that could be her, but.
So she's like 17, and they're like, we're gonna wait till
No joke. They were like.
No, that's that. I mean, that's.
They told.
No,
us,
I know, but
we're gonna
like
have a
in
sex
that
scene.
area, in the context of it not
Yeah.
being a movie, or it's like, she's like so these grown men went to this girl when she's 17. When you're
Yeah.
18, we're gonna film you naked.
Yeah.
If you think about it in that context,
Yeah.
that's not good.
Yeah. But no, they told her, it's like, this is the direction we want to go. If you don't want to do that, that's perfectly okay.
Yeah.
We'll go in a different direction.
I'm sure they didn't tell her she had to. When you're 18, you have to be naked.
Well, that's the thing. It's like the chick
Hey,
that
please
played,
don't clip that. Anybody.
Emily.
I gotta cut that
I think it was like Emily Clark or something. She was like, yeah. I'm not
Amelia
doing-
Clark?
Amelia Clark, that's what it was. She said she's not doing any more nude scenes. Because they're not going to replace her.
She's been naked enough.
Yeah, they're not going to replace her 7 seasons in.
That's why they film the nudes. That's why in movie actors they film the nude scene
Yeah.
first, like
Yeah.
the first day. Ugh.
Because if you're filming it first, they can't replace you.
Yeah.
Or you have no negotiating power to replace you.
Stretch real quick.
But
So you're in 4. You watched all 4 seasons?
I mean, yeah, I watched
All
like
4?
I think I'm like almost done with 4. But yeah, great show.
Sure is.
Amazing.
We were gonna watch it.
There's like, I'm not a big fan of like most of the main characters are the sons of like Eddard Stark and Bran.
Dude, I like.
Nothing happens with him, and it's
Like-
just, his story's so slow.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
It gets better.
I'm saying it was just super slow.
Yeah.
And then like the whole Theon Greyjoy, that I'm like he's getting what he deserves. And then I'm like he's getting a little too much. I don't think he deserves this.
Yeah. Everybody's like, yeah, fuck.
Was it Screech or something?
Oh, Reek.
Reek.
Yeah.
I'm like Reek, he does not deserve.
All right, Nick. TV
Yeah.
shows.
Let me pull the list back. Oh, I have it right.
What have you been doing on your phone?
Rolling
Looking.
through Facebook because there's no camera. Started watching Demon Slayer. That's a fun one.
That's good.
I'm like 6 episodes in. Jess made me watch it because there's a new season coming out.
I think you're gonna say nude something.
No, there's a new season coming out. She wants me to watch it, so watch that.
That was weird. They made a movie for the Demon Train arc, and then they made a season for it, right?
I don't know. I haven't gotten that far.
Oh, I'm like that's so weird. I'm like, why would you make a movie for it just to make a season for it?
Oh yeah.
The movie was fine.
I've watched.
I haven't seen the art.
Oh, let me check exactly. But 2 seasons of The Rookie.
He said you were gonna watch. You watched 2 seasons?
Yeah, I'm on
Said you were gonna
season.
watch.
I'm on season 2, episode 9.
Is it good?
It's so fucking good.
A lot of YouTube shorts keep popping up for that, and I just watch
Yep.
them. I'm like, this seems pretty good.
It is a great show. It really is.
It's pretty funny.
I also started, or restarted, because I watched like the first 3 episodes. A show called Bodyguard. It has the guy that plays Rob.
With Halle Berry?
No,
Guy who plays Rob
Was
Smith?
she in the movie?
yeah,
Oh, okay. I don't know his name, but
I don't either. But he's the main character, and
okay.
he's basically a bodyguard who gets a detail of protecting like Secretary or Prime Minister, and he's in conflict because he doesn't like her and wants to like remove her from her station. And it's just like he struggles with like I have the tools and the motive and the ability to escape. If I just like whack her, I could probably get away with it. And then he gets framed for like somebody trying to kill her. It's like,
Oh yeah.
oops.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
The other one was The Terror. I started. I got
We've
like
been talking about this for, I swear it's been 3 bucks.
No, I talked about it last podcast. I talked about it like 15 minutes on last podcast, but it's basically about
I swear you've been talking about
a
this
ship that goes through the Arctic, and some crazy shit happens because it's like a lot of like cabin fever, like hallucinating, like starving, dehydrating.
Oh.
So they're seeing a bunch of shit, and it's like turn century kind of stuff where they're still using like very rudimentary like diving suits,
Oh, okay.
but the water's also like negative 20 degrees, so it's like you can be down there for 3 minutes. And then we're gonna have to pull you back up. If you're down for like 3 minutes and 8 seconds, you'll freeze to death.
Yeah.
It's like, well, okay, I guess.
Guess what I'm doing? I'm not going down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, they pull him back up, and he's like, "There's monsters down there." It's like,
Oh, shit.
oh shit. Yeah.
Cthulhu!
Pretty much, yeah. But it's basically like following this ship. I think called the Terror, and it's just watching people lose their minds on a ship in the freezing weather. It's great.
Huh.
Alright, let's blaze through the rest of this guy.
Alright.
So it's YouTube, anything interesting,
Uh,
anything of note.
I used to play League of Legends, but I just watch a lot of videos on it. Dead by Daylight.
I'm sorry, Nick. I was gonna make a joke about what's a
Nicolas
movie?
Cage is gonna be the character killer.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I've
nice.
been watching a lot of Starship Troopers reactions.
Shut up.
He was like,
Yes.
all of it. I've been watching Starship Troopers. People react to Starship Troopers every day for the past month. So.
Let me see if I can.
I've been watching nothing interesting.
Uh,
Nothing of note.
after watching Game of Thrones, I watched like John Wick. I'm like, oh hey, the kid who kills his dog is the guy who plays Theon Greyjoy.
Yeah.
And I watched like 2 more movies, seeing him in it too. I'm like, oh now I just
Alfie
recognize
Allen,
him.
I think is his name. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm like, he just plays like the disappointing son. Like,
Nick. So I
Yeah.
watched
plays it so well.
I legit watched a Achievement Hunter Let's Play.
Oh no.
I watched them play Mario Party, and they were like, whoever I get second place actually wins all day. And I was like, this is okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I guess it was because of Mario Party. I was like, oh, probably all the rest of the other plays of Mario Party, they were just kind of chilling, hanging out. It wasn't really like,
Yeah.
great. But that's it. Nick, anything interesting or new?
YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
I found the Spiffing Brit again. I don't know if you guys have heard of him.
Nope.
He does like random videos where he breaks games, and he has a whole series. I think it's like 20 or 30 episodes long, where he breaks Skyrim. 31 episodes.
That's easy.
It's a Spiff Breaks Skyrim, where he goes through and just like does the dumbest stuff. I basically just been watching that, honestly.
All right. We got books. I've been listening to no books at all. When's the last time you wrote a book?
Comic book.
What comic book did you read?
I mean, I've been keeping up with Chainsaw Man.
Nice.
That's a great one.
Not a comic book.
Yeah, I mean, manga.
Same thing.
That's really good.
You still reading Star Wars? Spider-Man?
The Star Wars.
Yeah. There's just so much Spider-Man. I just take it slow. I like binged when I first started reading.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Amazing
He's
Spider-Man.
like, oh, I've read 600 Spider-Man comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read a lot of stuff every now and then for Spider-Man. Just, like current stuff and then the old stuff. I just switch between, and it's really hard to find like a timeline because there is a timeline, but there also isn't with like newer comics and stuff.
Yeah, it's comics.
Yeah, the comics.
Comics just piss me off.
It's just all about the story, most of the time. Berserk's really good. I started reading that because my brother, and it's really good. It's like violent. It's like one of the best like demon slaying like comics you'll ever read. The only problem is that it takes forever to come out. Recently, so I don't want to catch up to it because once I catch up to it, I feel like it's never gonna finish. So I'm like taking that really slowly, kind of like One Piece. If you catch up to One Piece, you're like, wait a year. And
What do I do with
catch
my
up
life
again.
now?
Yeah. So if you keep
That's
reading,
like South Park. It's gonna take me like a year, 2 years to catch up to South Park.
They
Yeah.
have 14 more seasons they're putting out.
but
I
like,
do it very slowly.
Yeah.
One episode a day at work. GB2. And at home I never watch it. I should start trying to watch it at home a little bit. Alright. You good?
I had a funny joke somebody pointed out to me the other day. It said Grey's Anatomy got renewed for another season.
I heard that too.
It's just white girl's version of One Piece.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
It
that's
is.
great.
They're doing it without. She's not. The show's Grey's Anatomy because the main character is Meredith Grey, and she leaves the show, and they're still doing the show.
Meh.
What else you supposed to call it?
Stop doing the show.
That's a weird
17
name.
seasons. Also, they did some really dumb stuff.
Yeah. I mean, of course.
All right.
It's already got the name, so like, you can't just.
All right. Now we got sports. Do you care about sports at all?
I've been reading
I
Frankenstein.
do, but
You're in
I'm-
Seattle. You gotta root for the.
The Kraken.
Oh, I was gonna go.
You root for the Kraken?
I was gonna say Seahawks.
That's
I was gonna
their-
go.
that's
I was gonna go Seahawks football.
No, I'm not.
Oh, God, gross.
I know. Please don't. Don't do it. Don't do
I
it.
was with my coworker. Him and I are Cowboy fans, so I just
Cowboy
I
fan?
just
What?
watched them.
I'm
So.
sorry.
That's even worse than Seahawks, dude.
I know,
Shit.
right?
I've been a
At
Cowboys
least-
fan for like the last 12 years.
At least you'd be like a bandwagoner if you said Seahawks.
Cowboys.
At least you're not a Kraken.
We gotta reevaluate our friendship.
I thought you knew this.
I might have blocked it out.
We're past
Um,
that traumatizing memory.
Well, basketball's going on right now as of today.
Basketball.
Lakers got swept.
Nice.
LeBron had the first 40-point game in the playoffs of a player his age.
Yeah.
or near 20. And they lost. The rest of the team trash.
Yeah.
And then the Heat, and the Heat is the 8th seed, and they're up 3-0 on the Celtics today, and they're about to sweep the Celtics. So it'll be 2 sweeps in the last conference final. And then the Nuggets are going to destroy the Heat. So Nuggets are going to win. There's no way the Heat win. I have a friend at work, and he cares about basketball, and he's like, Tom, I don't know if anybody can talk about basketball with. So I'm talking about basketball with you, so now I'm like into basketball. So.
You know, I like sports. I just don't keep up with them. Like, I can't really tell you like a lot of the players and stuff. I love watching it.
I'm also.
Football's great to watch.
Yeah. I'm also just like, it's like I'm like bored, and I'm like, oh, this talk show is here talking about basketball. I'm like, I'll just listen to it. Or like I'm at work, I'll just play it and then move the table.
Yeah.
So that's sports. Oh, we got music, podcast, streaming. Any interesting music you listen to?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think all my music is interesting.
Okay, good music.
Yeah. I love the Misfits. You know.
Oh, you're wearing a Misfits shirt right now.
Yeah. I always hear like those catchy songs, like those TikTok songs, like that John Cena meme.
Yeah.
And
Chicken wing. Hot dog.
Oh my god, my niece is playing that. I was like,
chilling with.
they're playing like the bass boosted version. I'm like, okay. I just heard that "Girl's a Liar" song for the first time. I'm like, oh, that's pretty catchy. That's pretty good. Nothing new.
We'll put it in the comments.
I've been trying to actively listen to some older country, which has been nice. But a lot of them like I don't like a bunch of them, and I'm like.
I was listening to Kane something, the black guy.
Kane Brown.
Kane Brown, yeah. I like him. I was listening to him.
He's got a couple of bangers. Nick, music.
Well, just as Dad was down, we went to Barnes & Noble and picked up some vinyls, because why not? Got the new Gorillaz album.
Nice.
And I think it was like international hits, Green Day's international hits.
God's favorite band. That shirt, or the shirt you got for Kenny was pretty cool. But his shirt was funny too.
Yeah.
All right.
I was gonna get that album.
All right. Now we got podcast streaming. Nathan, you listen to any podcast ever?
Or streaming?
You watch any streaming?
Live streams?
Live streams and nothing.
No.
So we put my brother on.
If I watch some VTubers, so they're pretty funny.
God damn. If we get my brother on, he'll go on for 20 minutes about VTubers.
They're funny. I think they're funny.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they're that funny. JoJo plays them fucking.
They're like
on blast on the TV for fucking 8 hours straight. His stomach. Oh, that's crazy. Oh my god.
No, they don't sound like that.
Hurt the ones he watches do.
Oh. Well, so I really don't like go out to watch streamers. I'll get like a notification saying they're streaming live now, and I'll be like, okay, I'll watch some of it.
Yeah, I'll try sometimes. Sometimes I want to try.
And some of them are pretty funny. It's like
the streamers I follow is streaming.
It's like when the collabs they do together, they just talk so much trash to each other. I'm like, that sounds like just friends hanging out. That's funny as shit, Like, because at first, like the ones that I've seen when they like debut, they're all like more like idolish, where they have to be more proper and stuff. Now they're like, I don't give a fuck. They'll go on the mic and like, fuck, like, it's just funny. Like,
why not?
Nick,
but that's like only streaming I watch.
Nick, podcast streaming.
I got back into a different podcast called Time Suck. Basically like a documentary podcast about one subject that can go from like an hour to 3 hours. Yeah. The one I'm listening to
them a lot?
right now, well, they have 400 fucking episodes. The one I'm listening to right now is the Fountain Cult. Let me pull up a cult based in Los Angeles. That was the inspiration for Charles Manson. So that was fun. Streaming, just the same like 2 or 3 people I've been watching for the past like month and a half. I thought they were streaming right now.
What's the guy's name? Zero or what?
Yeah, Zero and 1 or 2
Smash
of the
Player?
others. No, he's Devin.
I thought Zero the Smash player.
Monster Hunter and Ark. He just got back into Ark.
Okay. Ark 2. Coming out.
Yeah, he's prepping for it. Just getting back into that.
Nick, did you ever play Tropical 5? You borrowed a month ago.
No, I talked about it last time. I was gonna either do Harry Potter because I wasn't sure if it's gonna come out,
Yeah.
or Tropico. But I did download Surviving Mars because I was gonna play that as well.
I think I saw you play it for a second.
I turned it on and then I realized I had no clue what I was
It
doing.
showed in like the thing on PlayStation.
Yeah. And then I turned it off because I knew I was gonna have to look up some stuff before I just ruined my game. What do you
Yeah, that's what it's making the sound of it.
Oh, I can hear it. A little bit. It's like like a ticking, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
It's not super loud. Oh. Well, it sounds.
Yeah, so that's what I had to do for Tropico 4 is I had to just like, I couldn't play it. I'm like, I want to play this. I had to just look up. Yeah,
Or 6.
5.
Because I borrowed
What's now?
6.
You borrowed, yeah, Tropico 5, that's what I meant. I said Tropico 5 to you, and then I automatically said Tropico 4, but you borrowed Tropico 6. I played Tropico 5, we both played it. That's
I
why,
still haven't platinumed that.
that's how I had to do it with Tropico 5, is like, I really wanted to play it, and I'm playing it like, I want to play this,
You should play
but
it.
I had to look up,
What is it? It's like
it's
like a civilization game.
city building, it's like a city building game.
Yeah.
So I had to just look up, like,
You gotta try
how to
to
make
find it.
money, okay? So basically, like, you just have to, I had to look it up, and you know what it is, right? It's 2 pineapple farms next to a,
Tobacco?
no, a sheep,
Sheep or pig?
I think it's a sheep or pig thing, and you have to have those 3 next to each other, and then you can play the game. So it's like, literally, the game's basically unplayable unless you do that and make a little bit of money.
It's extremely hard if you don't run that setup in the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, so like, once I looked that up and I did that, then I'm like, oh, now I fucking love the game, and I can play it, and this is amazing, and I love playing it.
That, or you have to hold off on the first stage until you have a good chunk of money.
Yeah, that's so boring.
Because the first stage, they don't care, like, the population happiness adjusts depending on their living
Yeah.
situation. In the first stage, they don't care if they don't have a house, they'll live in a shack. Because it's like colonial age. So as soon as you start to upgrade, they start to expect different like living situations. So then you really have to start spending money on housing and shit, and it gets too much too fast. So you gotta have like almost 100,000 in the bank before you
Yeah.
jump into it.
Well, anyways. Okay,
Tropical section of the podcast.
yeah. Nick, if it's alright with you, Nick didn't play the indie game. Let's just talk about the next one.
If you want to.
Let's just skip it for this one. This
Okay.
one's already gone on pretty long. Nathan didn't play it.
Shame on you.
We can talk about it next time. I do like it though.
So you told me to play it like 3 days before coming up.
I know, I forgot to tell him. You could have played it.
Yeah, you could have played it.
I
It's
feel
like
that I just
5
forgot.
hours.
I was like, I was so upset with Tears of the Kingdom.
Why were you upset?
I'm so obsessed with
Yeah, I know.
with Tears of the Kingdom that I even brought it to work and was playing it on my like time off and whatnot. In between, I've done that. Yeah, I'll take an order, I'll go back and I'll turn it on, and I get another order. I'm like, fuck,
That much?
Yeah.
I wish I could do that on my job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm like the only person who actually does their like job and well, and so like nobody cares what I do.
Yeah, you
When
know,
you said it.
I'm in that same boat, but
Yeah.
people give me so much shit.
Yeah, like he was saying that what you saying, you totally. Yeah, I'm not gonna be here next week.
Yeah.
And then I was like, he's not gonna fucking fire me.
Yeah.
I'm the only good employee this whole fucking.
Yeah.
And Brandon.
I'm so
And Brandon, I
close
think
to
he's making Brandon manager.
Nice.
Yeah. He's like, here, wear this manager shirt. Brandon's like, really? They were pretty busy.
Is that because he didn't take a week off like you?
I like this. He's pretty much said, hey, Brandon, do you want to be a manager? He's like,
Brandon's only good at like he says all employees are shit. Is what he said.
Yeah. Like Brandon doesn't want to stay that long too either, but
Oh, should have brought it up in the podcast section. Did you hear about the RT podcast?
No.
Gus is leaving. He put it out today. He's not doing it anymore.
RT?
Yeah.
What?
After 15 years, he's like, I'm stepping down because I'm doing other projects. I'm handing it off. If they have questions, they know that they can ask, but I'm completely stepping away from it. It's like a 2-minute video on Instagram. Yeah. I mean, he posted it at other places as well, but yeah. Yeah, he's kind of, yeah. He wants to do other things, and I'm assuming a lot of it is black box down. So, yeah, he's stepping down from the heading that podcast. I haven't seen who they're going to replace him with, but he said that crew's got it covered, so he's not worried. I think he just doesn't care if it fails at this point. But yeah, he's on a new project, so I think it's like 2 more podcasts before he's done. But I'm certain he's transitioning to new hosting for those next 2.
Who's the new host?
I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was supposed to be Brandon. Remember? Fired his ass. 5 years ago. All right.
Yeah.
So
moving on.
we're skipping the indie game club. We're going to talk about it next time. So now we're going to talk about our plans for the next 2 weeks, just real quick. What we're going to play. Nathan, if you want to participate, you can participate, and then
Get in the comments.
comment what you do.
Yeah, you gotta comment and update us.
All right.
About what?
When the
So
video
we're going to
comes
talk
out.
about our goals for the next, our media for the next 2 weeks
Okay.
that we're going to play, and then since you're not going to be in the next podcast, you can participate, and then just like leave a comment or whatever, saying that you do.
Okay, and the next video.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. All right. So,
Well, I'm gonna be here for another week in California. I plan to hopefully watch some movies with like Joe, whatnot.
You gonna be here
You
next
know.
Sunday?
Leaving
Yeah.
Sunday,
Or,
Oh shit, I can't.
Think he said.
I think I'm leaving Sunday. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I'm going shooting Sunday anyway.
Oh.
When are
Uh,
you
It depends on what time we are leaving Sunday, but
We're going
you'll be tired, dude. You're shooting the whole day.
Oh,
I mean-
yeah, it's exhausting.
when we left Saturday, we got up at like 9 something to be at, because Coral, she ran a 5K and then she drove 12 away K.
Like I couldn't. I literally, my body, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, she did in like 30-ish minutes with her niece, and I'm just like,
I
great
literally,
job, I'm
I literally
surprised.
couldn't do that. Like,
I would fucking die.
Yeah,
give me $1
bike
million,
3
like I
miles.
wouldn't be able to run that and then drive. Like I couldn't do it.
Yeah, she-
I bike
she
6
did,
miles
she
every
did.
day.
Well, my body is already breaking apart,
Yeah.
and I'm 29.
It's fucking old.
So. 29. Make 29. Club.
Don't you fucking touch me. Wow. We're gonna have to. Okay, I'm just gonna unplug all this.
Nathan, help.
It's a good thing we didn't catch that on video.
Nothing happened. Nobody knows anything happened.
Uh-huh. I'm just gonna hit stop.
Audio of the salt with that hold up in court.
Delete.
All right. All right.
How do I
Okay.
go back to
Board
it?
game. Board game. Nathan, is there a board game you really want?
Yeah, is there a board game you wanna play?
I want to play the Villainous, the
Star Wars?
Villainous. I want to play more Pirates Cove. I really like the game.
You're probably gonna do
Maybe.
both
I'm
of
gonna say
those today.
maybe Pirates Cove.
Maybe.
Well, you might play with them, and maybe somebody
Yeah.
might play with
You might
I'm
play
not
it
gonna
today.
Hopefully Pandemic. Hopefully get a win in.
play.
Pandemic's a hard board game.
No, it's not.
It's
We-
kind of.
We get
It's not.
you just get
All right.
Just get good.
Nikolai,
Yeah, solid.
what board game?
I'm gonna go ahead and bite the bullet. I'm not gonna get the big box set. I'm just gonna get the $20 version.
Look, you don't play cards. There has to be a punishment next.
If you eat a bag of dicks.
There has to
If I don't play, you can eat my entire ass.
be. On camera?
Sure, if you want.
Let's go.
But we'll put that on OnlyFans.
I'm just gonna put War of the Ring. We'll play that at some point.
Oh yeah, War of the Ring.
Have you played that yet?
No.
Don't let him cheat.
I might cheat. And I don't know what else.
What did you say you were gonna play? War of the Ring and is that it?
Yeah. Okay, video games. Nikolai, video game. Just Harry Potter, probably.
Probably just Harry Potter.
Up here, I'm probably not gonna play a whole lot. Maybe some Tears of the Kingdom here and there, but
I'm just gonna put two.
probably just hanging out with.
Try to not play it again.
Yeah, hanging
Be
out.
more personal.
Yeah.
Maybe some Call of Duty.
All right.
What are you playing? What are you playing?
How about Mortal Kombat?
We play some 11? 10.
XL?
11. 10. With the
You
DS.
want to get wrecked some more?
No. It was free, so I'll
It's a plus
play it.
game.
It's a plus game, so I'm gonna play it. I downloaded it.
Yo, I got the code.
Okay,
for it.
movies.
Shut that off.
I'm gonna put Hannibal, because that's the third movie. And then and also Hunger Games 2. All right, Nick, movie. Pick a movie.
I'm gonna try to watch the Fast 9 and Fast 10.
Oh, nice.
I heard Fast 10 bombed, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
All right, Nathan, movie. You gotta watch a movie. I mean, you don't have to.
D&D, the new D&D.
Have you watched it? You watched it again?
No, I said I want to watch it.
I'll see it.
Oh, I thought you said you watched it.
No, I want to
Oh,
watch
he watched it.
Just bought it on Amazon Prime. I'll see if
Okay.
she
You watch
Yeah.
D&D, it's pretty
it.
good.
Coral's mom buys everything, so I'm gonna watch. I want to watch the new Renfield.
I hear that's great.
I want to watch the new John Wick,
I haven't seen that one either.
and I think there's another movie that she got, but yeah, she always gets all the big movies. Yep.
All right. Now TV shows. I'm gonna put. I'm trying to watch a bunch of South Park. an actual
Never
significant
have
amount.
with you, some friends of mine.
Yeah. Nicolette, movies. I mean TV shows.
I'm gonna try to finish a few more seasons of The Rookie and finish The Bodyguard because it only has one season.
Okay.
If I get all of that done, I think I might try to start Vikings.
I don't know what's that.
They look so good.
Nathan, TV show. God damn it.
Just Game of Thrones and
Game of
probably some anime.
Anime.
They watch new Chainsaw Man?
It's great. Watching Demon Slayer. I'll be watching more Demon Slayer.
Chainsaw Man's amazing.
All right.
I hear it's like visually phenomenal.
It is. Maybe like that.
Real quick, I just realized I forgot to
Attack on Titan. That's great.
Not a fan.
go for the thing. Real quick, just boom like this. I forgot to go through the rest of the things that we said we were going to do 2 weeks ago. So for War of the Ring, Terraform Mars, Carcassonne. War of the Ring was mine. Terraform Mars, Carcassonne was yours. We play Terraform Mars, we'll play War of the Ring. At some point you said Carcassonne, still haven't played it.
It showed up and then I sent it away.
I said Hannibal, I watched it. You said D&D,
watched
you
it.
watched it.
Very good.
I put S, South Park. And Last Ship, I did skim through the rest of it. You put the Terror and the Rookie. Mission accomplished. I put Shauna DLC, didn't play that. I said I was going to start Star Wars. I didn't, really, because the first episode is a part 2. I didn't start watching Star Wars Rebels. But the first episode was a part 2, and I wanted to just watch one episode, and then I was like,
It's kind of hard to do.
I didn't want to watch a part 2, so I was about to watch it. I didn't. And then I put Mortal Kombat, didn't play it, but I'm going to play that next one. Oh, never mind, that's for video games.
Yeah.
I didn't play Star Wars. Video games, I did play it. I did play Star Wars. And you said Tropico and Mars, and you played neither of those.
Nope.
But
I
you also
played
said
Harry
maybe
Potter.
Harry Potter.
I
All right.
absolutely played Harry Potter.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I think I said.
So we actually got most of the things accomplished that we wanted to get accomplished.
Yeah.
That's the goal. The goal is to accomplish those things.
Nice.
Sometimes to accomplish like none.
Yeah, there's been times where it's like we didn't do any of those things, and then the podcast was 45 minutes.
Yeah, one podcast was less than an hour. One was less than an hour, and I think at the end of that one we're like, I don't give a shit.
Oh, for video games, I forgot to say, yeah, Joe and I were playing Fortnite with the Zero build, which is pretty fun. You see, that's how I felt about Fortnite, but with the Zero build, it's pretty fun.
That's what a lot of people say the same.
There's a lot
That's
of shit.
Jake from the church. He says that. He's like, no build. He's like, fuck building. Building?
Yeah.
He's like, Fortnite with building is the stupidest game I've ever played in my life, and I fucking hate it. It's terrible. Fortnite without building, it's fun as shit and amazing.
Yeah.
That's what he said. I'm like, I feel you.
I played Destiny 2 with Joe. We just do raids here and there with Tori as well. Yeah, most people I play hang out with is Joe and Tori. Yeah.
I hear there's a leak for D3. I haven't looked at it, but I hear there's a
See,
leak.
Destiny it's like
the same.
it's good. It's fun to play. It's just like it's weird how they keep removing so much content. I get it because it's a big game, but if someone starts playing it right now, you can't play anything from the first part of the game. You know?
Yeah, I heard the Red War's gone.
Yeah, Red War's completely gone. Like a bunch of raids are gone. Like they just removed so much content, and it's just like the game just keeps changing, but it's pretty much only for the people keeping up with it. You know.
Yeah.
And it's like, what if I want to play the Red War story? You know, they need a story mode, like campaign list that you can play the missions, but there's not. Like I wish it was more like Halo, you know, like.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Stop playing Destiny.
That's
Well,
what I
it's
did.
it's
Yeah, but
fun.
it puts a message.
You
that
realize how painful it was to stop playing Destiny 8 hours a
it's
day?
so easy for me to do.
Yeah, but you weren't playing 8 hours a day.
I didn't like it that much. I'm like, it's fine.
It's fucking great, man.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have the time to put in.
It sucks so
to play
much.
this to show.
I played Forsaken and I was like, I can't keep doing that.
I bought Destiny 2 like day of. I think it's the steel box, and I was like, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna do it. And then I was like, I don't want to play it.
Yeah.
It's like I have a job, and then I go play with Cameron, who doesn't have a fucking job, and he's like, oh, I'm already max level. I played it,
Like,
we
why
played
you
it
were
for
gone
2 days.
8 hours? I've been
Yeah, I'm
playing-
already max level, and then it's like, and then the thing, I talked about this before. God damn
Here we
it.
go.
The thing that would get me is I'm like, let's actually like do the fights. You know, we're going through the dungeons or whatever. Let's do the missions and do the fights. But everybody that I play with, like, oh, we've already done it 5 times, so we're just gonna cheese it. We're just gonna hide in the corner and shoot. And I'm like, yeah, but I want to play, and everybody else would be like, yeah, but we don't. Okay, so then I'm like, okay, then I'm just not gonna play with you.
Yeah.
And I was like, then I'm not gonna play with you. And then I stopped playing with them.
Well,
And, like,
me-
that was like, sorry, Camo like pissed me off. I'd be like, come on, can we just play? And he'd be like, no, I've already done it 5 times.
For D2, me and Gary both made characters that we only played together with you. And that worked for a while, but then it's like, we're hitting DLC 1 and these characters are not ready. So it's like, I'm going to play on my main character because it's ready, and it'll help speed things up.
Yeah.
So we got like 3/4.
Yeah, but then it's like I'm just being carried through it and I'm not having fun. That's what I mean for those games, for Destiny. That's how it always happened. It's like I'm not leveled up enough, so then my friends play a higher level and I just carry me through it and I just sit there and do nothing.
See, that's why I do.
And I'm not having fun. So
I,
then I'm like, I'm not gonna play Destiny.
I only play with Joe and Tori, so whenever the new DLC comes out, I just like kind of just level up, so I'm at the bare minimum. So I can still play with them.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's. I mean, obviously everything's a little bit harder because I'm lower life, but I'm still playing with them and having fun. That's what.
See, that was also
Yeah, but
the
I
thing.
wasn't having fun.
The thing is,
Because I'm just sitting there doing, everybody's doing everything, I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting there.
the thing is, he didn't want to put in the time to get ready for the new stuff.
I didn't have
Yeah.
time. You keep saying I
Yeah.
don't want to. I don't have time to do that. Then I'm like, literally, let's just play together. And then if we're not leveled up enough, then we're not leveled up enough with those characters. Then just don't.
Yeah.
Then let's just get leveled up with those characters.
Oh, yeah.
But they're like, oh, but we want to play the next thing.
It was also like.
I'm like, yeah, but I'm not there yet. And it's like, how come? Well, for me, it's like, how come I have to have a less of experience to play with you? How come you can't have a less experience to play with me?
You want to know the answer for that?
What?
Is because you wouldn't have time. So by the time we were ready for stuff that came out 4 months ago, the newer stuff is coming out, it's like, well, we've already been playing.
Yeah, so then it's like, for me, I'm like, then why would I play? It's like, I'm making all the quote-unquote sacrifice, and nobody else is making the sacrifice for me. I'm putting in all the effort, and nobody else is putting the effort for me, you know? So, but I know that's like, but it's also like, it's not really fair of me to ask you to not play the game that you want to play, you know?
Yeah.
But it's also like, I'm putting an effort to, like, I'm having less of a fun experience. And you're like, well, if you want to play with me, then you have to play, like, 24 hours by yourself to be able to play with me. And so then I'm like, that makes sense from, like, your point of view, where it's like, I need to level up, or I need to get this equipment to be able to play with, or I need to understand the level or whatever, stuff like
I
that.
say Joe and Tori just play the low level content with me, so I have no
See,
problem
there we go.
with that.
But my
Yeah.
friends wouldn't do that.
I'll say they go through the story with me when they're like, yeah, we've been playing the game for, last 10 hours already, so I'm like, I'm just going through the story
Well,
mode.
we did that multiple times.
We'll join you.
We,
Well, no, they would do that, but then I'm not saying you. I'm
No,
really
no,
saying
I know,
I'm really
I know.
saying Cameron. But
'Cause
then
they did it to me too.
but then they would like, oh, but we've already done it, so we're just gonna cheese it and like hide. They would just like hide in the rafters and
Yeah.
just shoot down
Oh.
at the things. I'm like, well, that's not fun. I want to actually play.
or like Crota cheese and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm like, so then I'm like, I'll just play a single player game by myself,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I'm having more fun than.
I'll say like
Well, 'cause it's also-
3 Tuesdays ago. Yeah, we did like fucking like 5 raids back to back, and that shit was hella fun.
Well, that's the thing. It's like you're prepared to do that.
Yeah.
When it comes to like, we're gonna play for like 3 or 4 hours, and then we get to a certain level. It's like, okay, we're gonna have to do this again tomorrow, and nobody's gonna want to keep doing this.
Yeah.
So it's like we'll get 4 days out of that, and it's like, well, I'm gonna play Call of Duty for like 2 hours, and they're like, I'm gonna put 6 hours in Destiny again. It's like, well, I'll see you in 6 months.
Yeah.
You know?
The grind for Destiny is kind of weird though. Like,
Yeah.
because like I feel like I haven't played. I used to grind trying to get a good gun for certain things, Now I'll just play whatever I get.
Yeah.
I don't want to grind anymore. Grinding just takes too much time and shit.
I just.
You wanna go back and do it now?
No, just I could get the platinum, just go play through the story
Yeah.
with 2 more characters and then do a Nightfall. That's it.
I think I gotta do
That's easy.
I think I gotta do literally the same thing.
Yeah, but I'm like, do I just want to play through the?
Platinum the first one was hard because one of them was called Flawless Raider.
Well, it actually had trophies. The
I
second one
like-
doesn't actually have trophies.
I let Cameron do that.
It only has like 10. Like
Oh yeah,
I literally
That's not
saved
actually
my
doesn't
account.
actually count. That's not actually trophies.
yeah.
Oh.
So Flawless Raider can be very hard for the first one. We literally did the very first raid before it got revamped,
Yeah.
which you can kind of just cheese most of it. So that's what we did. That was the safest option.
Yeah, that was literally what
Because
happened with me.
Flawless Raider with nobody dying throughout an entire raid.
Well, see, that would be
That's
different.
hard.
You know,
That's so hard.
You've already done the raid multiple times.
Yeah.
You do that.
So what's funny? So the very first start of the raid, you like drop down a black hole or whatever, and you fall, and you have to like literally we're trying to do Flawless Raider, and Tori fucking smacks the ground and dies. We're like Tori,
It's like
so we had to
6
restart it. Like we were literally just started it, and Tori died. That was pretty funny. And then luckily no one died throughout the rest of the raid, because we've done it so many times. Like
It's hard
like
not
what are you
to
doing
do.
dying?
Yeah.
All right, we gotta wrap this up. We gotta wrap this up.
Nah, we can
All right.
go for
Nope,
another 20
wrap it
minutes.
up. All right, so that's the end of our 18th episode of our Media Dome podcast.
Part 2.
Nathan, catchphrase.
Gotta catch them all.
Nikolai, catchphrase.
No. He had a catchphrase. We're not
Everybody gets a catchphrase.
You didn't.
That's a dumbass catchphrase.
See what I have to deal
Get,
with.
I want to change mine. Get
Nope,
a good scrap.
nope. Okay, joke of the fortnight. You got a joke? Got a joke?
Mine's too long. Sorry.
Yeah, but
Mine's too racist.
We need a joke.
Uh,
We need a joke. Why did the chicken cross the road?
To get to the gay guy's house.
Go fuck yourself. All right, that was the that's the joke. All right. Let's see. That was a lot of fun, guys.
Was it?
Let's do this again.
Should we?
that was pretty fun.
We should
see you
play a
later.
game.
Did you shout some more, man? I don't know.
Don't play like Minecraft or something?
Okay, Nathan, give me a big clap. One big clap.
Like, you know, like the...
Like
Just
that.
sing.
Okay, now give me a big clap. There we go.